wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. Check, we Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairing, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us. We Ric Flairing on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing on them, Ric Flairing, sun up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he off of the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Listen, and I'm back with another one. Hey, I want to make something very clear right now. I gotta give some disclaimers out before I get this thing started. All right. One, I got some new gear on my desk, and I'm testing it out today, okay? I'm testing it out today, so I'm trying to see how it all works out and stuff like that. So if anything sounds funny or weird, it's because I got me a new soundboard that I'm testing out. All right. Still got all the good buttons. Still got all the classics. But at the end of the day, if it sounds weird, just let me know. All right. Also, as you can see, I do not have my glasses. Oh, let me give you a story time for that one. But before I do that, make sure you like the stream. Like the stream, okay? Make sure you like the stream, like Miss Glenn said. Like the stream. All right. And also, if you don't like nothing I say, you can. If you are just here to hate, you can unfollow me. All right. Get those likes up. You already know this. All right. So, story time. All right. Turn up the sound. All right. Let me see. Turn up the sound. All right. Can't hear the music. All right. Can't hear the music. See what I'm saying? I got new gear, man. I got new gear. I gotta. All right. Tell me if I can hear this. All right. Tell me if it. Oh man, see, I got a new gear, so I can't hear. All right, so I got to figure it out as I come along. But I ain't got no sound effects, so miss me all that stuff and everything like that. All right, nope, it's too low, negative, nope, nothing, nope. See, I got new gear, man. I'm gonna have to go back to Old Faithful. Let me tell you, the reason why I went with this is because it does a sound effect, and I can like change my voice. And I don't know if you guys can hear this and that my voice is changed, but I absolutely love it. Okay? Yeah, you can't beat stuff like this, man. Like, technology is so crazy. This is crazy. So I just thought that if I could use this new equipment and do something different, then it would all work out. But only a couple of the sound effects be working. You feel me? All right. Nope. Same Scotty. Oh, okay. It sucks. Anyway, so let me get the story time. Let me get to the story time. All right, so real quick. So we went down to Florida. All right, we went down to Florida. We went to Clearwater Beach and everything like that. I hate the beach. Okay, I absolutely hate the beach. The more asphalt, the better for me. Okay, I'm a concrete guy. That's just who I am. I'm from up north. I don't play with that beach stuff. All right, I might go ankle deep. If I'm feeling it. Right. So we at the beach. My kids are beach kids. They had never been to the beach before, but they loved it. So I'm assuming they're beach kids. Key is an absolute water queen. She just loves to be around the water, makes her feel much more peaceful and stuff like that. So I'm kicking it at the beach. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting with my littlest one. She loving the water. She's sitting at the edge of the water right when the waves come up. Like they go right over her little toes and she just splashing and having a good time. I'm sitting right beside her. My son, who is he doesn't need sugar to be hype. He is like the total version of me. Like I don't really need much to be a hype person, but it is what it is. So him being hyper and him being all, oh my God, Dad, we at the beach, blah, 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 blah. He doing all this extra stuff, right? So I'm sitting down watching my little one. Listen what this Negro's doing. He runs to the wave. And then when the wave is coming back, he's like, "Oh, run away from the wave!" Right? So he's playing this whole game with the waves. So he's not paying attention that I'm sitting right behind him doing the waves. So he's looking at the wave, talking about, "Oh, run away from the wave." He runs right into me. Boom! He hits my glasses. At the time, I didn't know. We bump heads. I got the biggest headache. Right? He knocks my glasses off. My head is hurting. I'm looking down at the ground. And then when I wake up and I look up and I'm like, why is everything so blurry? My glasses have been caught up in the Gulf of Mexico and they're gone. My glasses got swept up in the ocean and now Free Willy and all of them got my glasses. They're over to Nemo, all Dory, they just playing with my glasses. And you talking about mad? You talking about mad? Man, I was pissed. Do you hear me? Okay. I was pissed. Absolutely pissed. So, God almighty. I was hot. I was absolutely hot, bro. And in my mind the whole time, I don't know if anybody got kids, right? You can't, the one thing you can do when you have kids is you can't make your kid feel like they caused the anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing about kids. Like, kids really look at you, so they're like, Dad, are you? So my son's all day, my son's like, Dad, are you mad at me? Dad, are you mad at me? In my head, I'm like, son, I could toss you into the ocean right now. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed, right? But I'm like, no, son, it's okay, man. It's all right. Nah, you know, things happen. You know, it's okay, man. Nah, no. In my mind, oh, I'm hot. I'm 38 hot. I'm like, I could choke your little light-skinned self right now, boy, but nah, it is what it is, man. But let's get into today's topic, right? Money or tradition. And anybody asking for my sound effects, listen, I said it from the beginning. I got a new soundboard that is not, I got a new soundboard, so I was trying to test it out tonight, but it's not working like I would like it to. So clearly I'm gonna have to do some other stuff to it and figure it out and blah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to figure something out why this thing is not working or whatever. So it is what it is. So money or tradition. And before I get into it, I'm gonna play you a clip because everybody's like, oh, that's the thing that kills me about people, right? When I say it, okay, when I say it, it's all, oh my God, Scotty, oh my God, you know, you're so this, you're so that. But then when Dion says it, oh, it's, oh my God, oh, Jehovah, provide. I'm like, yo, I said the exact same thing. What's up, babe? What?
Who saved the day?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I gotta finish the story. Yeah, okay. So I'm sorry. So I was hot the whole day because I'm thinking like I ain't got, because listen,
you didn't even know your glasses were missing. Let's start there.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay. I didn't know my glasses were missing. I did not. Okay. Then you know, I'm hot at the beach because I can't see anything. I'm like Chucky off of Rugrats. I can't see anything. You know what I'm saying? If anybody watches the Rugrats and know Chucky, he'd be like, Tommy, I can't find my glasses. Like, that's me without my glasses, okay? Like, I'm really blind. Like, the only thing I can see at the doctor's office is the E, okay? Everybody knows the E I'm talking about, that big E, letter E. That's me, okay? So I'm hot. I'm mad. I want to go home, okay? We drove, 6 hours? If I could have drove, I would have went home the same day. I was so mad. So we make it back to the hotel, and I'm like, man, I ain't got my glasses. I can't see nothing, blah, blah, blah. And then Key's like, I packed your travel bag, your little travel brown bag. And I'm like, I think I got my contacts in there. And I'm like, I look, and my contacts in there. Somebody said, Velma. I don't got my bombs, man. This is trash. I hate this damn new soundboard. So, you know, Velma. So then, you know, I go and I look at, and then my contacts are right there. I was like, oh my God, thank you, baby. You're the best. So, you know, I got contacts, and then we went to the Tampa Bay race. Shout out to my man Bridges. If I had bombs, I would drop them for you. I'm dropping them for you. You know, I'm trying to drop them for you, but it just ain't working today, man. I don't even know what's going on. But yeah, shout out to my man Bridges from the channel. He works for the Tampa Bay Rays. Gave us a good deal on the tickets, man. I mean, we got the buffet. He showed us around the stadium. It was a great game. Awesome time, man. Thank you so much, Bridges. I really appreciate it, man. So great wife looking out, right? Great wife looking out. That's great, man. I know, listen. If you're new to the channel, if you just tune in, my soundboard, I got a new soundboard and the stuff isn't working, okay? I'm going to have to go back to Old Faithful, okay? I'm just telling y'all, man. Y'all stop beating me up, man. Let me see if I can, I don't know, man. Listen, I'm trying. I got buttons, and I didn't work on this thing for like 2 hours trying to figure it out. So don't come for me. All right, it's gonna be a weird show if you're looking for sound effects because I ain't got them today. All right, so money versus tradition. So I want to get back to what I was saying. Like I said, when Dion says something, it's oh my God, Jehovah Jireh provider. Okay, Jehovah Jireh provider, all that type of stuff and things like that. But then when I say something, which was like 4 days ago.
There is no Bayou Classic without the schools. And the fact that you're so blinded by tradition that you won't like if I was a company, why would I have to do anything more for something you're already stuck on? And let me break that even further, right? And I said this earlier. Because everybody got on me talking about, I said, I think they need to have bids for the Bayou Classic and move it around to different stadiums. Everybody's like, oh no, Scotty, no, why would they do that? Why wouldn't you? It's called leverage. And I tell my home team, I say, hey man, I want $20 million for over 4 years. They're like, ha! Yeah, right. We're not paying that. We're going to give you $4 million for 4 years. I say, okay. I go somewhere else. I say, hey, I want to join your team. What you going to pay me? They said, man, we've been waiting. We've been waiting for you, Scotty. Hey, we'll do 4 years. We'll do 4 years, 40 million. I'm like, 10 million per year? Yeah. 10 million a year? So now I go back to my home team. I say, look, I got an offer for 4 years, 40 million. You either can match it or you can let me walk. Because we all know that the Bayou Classic wants to stay in New Orleans. We all know fans want to stay in New Orleans. But you have to make it worth your while. You're having a party and leaving the party broke. Tested. Faithful, let me see. All right, bet. We're back to Old Faithful. There we go. You're having a party, you're leaving the party broke. Had to go back to Old Faithful. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it through the show. Had to get Old Faithful back. It's classic, baby. I'm gonna just stick with listen, some old things are just better. You know what I'm saying? Some old things are just better. But anyway, so that's my position. Tradition, money, tradition, whatever. You got to do what you got to do, right? So Dion makes this quote, and he says, and shout out to Yard Talk. She got the whole clip on her thing. Blow this up real quick.
It has a tremendous effect. Sooner or later, some of the prominent schools are going to have to make a decision. What do we want to do? Do we want to sit back and adhere to tradition? Or we want to put ourselves in a financial situation that our school prospers? You really got to factor that in and weigh those options. There's some tremendous options that a few of the schools are going to be faced with. We're already speaking about it.
We are already speaking about it. We already got the talks. We already making plans. Listen, Dion, when I interviewed Dion, babe, what'd he say? He said, I'm fleet of thought. He said, while you thinking right here, I'm already down the street. He said, while you thinking right here, I'm already down the street. So he's been having these conversations because he knows at the end of the day, the landscape of where you're at, if he wants to move up, or if he wants to do better things, bigger and better things, the money got to come with it. And you're bugging if you don't think that's possible. You're bugging if you don't think it's possible. All right, you got to have the money. If it ain't about the money, listen, first you get the money, then you get the power. Once you get the power, then you get the respect. So it goes back to this. And I want to play you another clip. I saw this today by a North Carolina A&T Aggie. I think it's like a little snippet of what he's putting together. I thought it was really dope. And it had bits and pieces of what the discussion was. So let me get to here off of Twitter. And I want to make sure The dude's name is Super Dave. His Twitter is that guy Super Dave. All right, so I want to share this real quick and get you guys' opinions. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to get the call lines open pretty early. So let me get this going. All right.
You are the only participant in the conference.
You already know call lines open.
All participants are muted.
You already know call lines open 516-259-9041, 516-259-9041. Let me play this real quick, and I want to show you guys this clip. All right, it says, someone said tradition, HBCU culture, tradition is not based on who we play in sports. Check out the clip from We Are Still Doc based on the A&T conference moves. Shout out to Stephen Gaither, HBCU Game Day, and the Aggie graduate. All right, so I want to play this for y'all, and y'all check it out.
Whatever they do, they need to maintain that sense. They have to maintain the balance of keeping that sense of connectivity, staying plugged in with their alumni and their students, as well as, continuing to try to do what's best for the school and to just try to make everyone feel as involved as possible. And, just make sure that they, be strong about maintaining their roots as historically black colleges and universities.
It's not changing the fact that they're an HBCU. They will continue to be HBCU.
One thing I can say, I know who I am. And I think A&T know who we are. And I will not allow someone else to change, who I am or my culture.
If you want to be on ESPN, you got to do big ESPN stuff. If we keep playing North Carolina Central and Virginia Union and Virginia State and all that stuff, ESPN don't want to see that, especially if we're going to whoop up on them. I was like, make up your mind. You want some money and you want some competition, or you want just to come eat fried fish? That's all you want. That HBCU experience. I was like, guess what? We still going to be here frying fish.
We still going to be here frying fish. That's a bar. I don't care what nobody said. That's an absolute bar. We still gonna be here frying fish. So I pose a question to everybody out there, right? HBCU alum, new guy, whatever, you just got into the culture. I always ask, what's your goal? Because I always base it off what people bring to me, right? If you're looking for validation from ESPN, right? Then what? And if your product is not what ESPN currently wants or is currently willing to put on, because ESPN is showing you what your value is, right? Even though I got stats that tell me differently about how important HBCU games are, how much ratings they get, or all those other things like that, ESPN is showing you where your value is. So it has to be one. You either going to play the game, right? That's what we all do it. All y'all do it in corporate America. You code switch. Okay. Stop acting like we don't. We do. We code switch. You be in the office. All right. Good afternoon, Jesse. How are you doing? Oh, yeah. Me and the kids, we just went down to Clearwater. Got a little beach in us. The old lady, the old ball and chain. Yeah, she got me this weekend. Got me spending a little couple. Then as soon as you leave the office, you listening to Lil Baby and you like, oh, yeah. What's good, nigga? Hey, man, you just kicking it, chilling. Hey, what you doing later tonight? Oh, come through, swing through the crib. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Stop acting like we don't. So stop acting brand new like you don't play the game. Stop acting like we don't play the game. And if the game is being played to where you have to play PWIs, then you need to take your ass to a PWI. Or be happy where you at and don't complain. Don't complain. All right, I'm going to go with Smash first. Hey, what's up, Smash? Talk to me.
I like the last word you said. Be happy with where you at and don't complain. I'm really digging that. Like, there's a bunch of questions you can ask. Like, first of all, Dion, that shit sound cute, you know what I'm saying? It's absolutely right, you know what I'm saying? I'm never going to argue the money moves and the possibilities that this could help our school. So my question to you, Squatty, the first question, what does that look like? Does it look like most schools have to join him in that fight? Or since he's doing everything all offensive right now, let Jackson State go do it on their own and see how far they get. What does it look like?
I think if anybody goes and checks out Blue Bloods HBCU Roundtable Conference, I mean HBCU, he had a whole bunch of people on that thing, right? And he brought that question up, and BJ said you got to start with the real athletic budgets, right? That have the money to move up. Alabama State, Texas Southern, Prairie View. Most of the Blue Bloods do not have the foundation or the athletic backing to move. He didn't say Grambling. He didn't say Jackson State. He didn't even say Southern. He said Texas Southern, Alabama State, Prairie View. I think he named one more that has the athletic budget to even make that move. So now you got to worry about where you're getting this money from and how Jackson State, because Jackson State didn't have a big budget before Deion came, and he still don't got a big budget now that he's there. So you still got to deal with the payment of NCAT, North Carolina A&T. Yeah, he did say that. You know, you got to pay to play. That's first of all to move up, and then you got to maintain that. Come on, man, you don't got that.
Right, that's my question. What does that look like? So I'm guessing like how my thing is this. First question. I would like to see Jackson go good on them. You know what I'm saying? He doing all this other stuff. And what I don't like is, Sky, we need to talk about on the show is like, you know how, like, granted, everything Deion doing is helping the whole swag, right? It is. But sometimes I just feel like that'd be a BS call too. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like, okay, since they doing it, everybody got to fall suit. Everybody else gonna have to fucking fall suit. You go do that shit on your own. Other question is, how far NCAT moving up to the next? How far they got? A lot of their players do not be happy.
Once again, on that, I'm telling y'all, if y'all ever get a chance to watch that, my boy Blues Roundtable, it's really good because they
post the link.
I don't have. I mean, I'm gonna post it, but go to my boy Blue Bloods. Just go to Blue Bloods. Everybody know what my boy Blue's channel is. Stop playing. All right, but I'm gonna post the link. But no, Emory Hunt says, you know. I'm sorry, Jamie Walker. Jamie Walker, he's on Twitter as well. He said if North Carolina A&T doesn't become Big South champions, he said us looking to do damage in the CAA is few and far between. So you also talking about now how you gonna move if NCAT's overall gain is to get to Power 5 and you can't even win the Big South or be competitive in the CAA, what does that even look like? You know what I'm saying? And see, this goes back to what
looks like.
Go ahead.
It looks like you left your people for trying to be better for no reason. That's all it is. NCAT, bro, I got friends who graduated from NCAT recently. Like those games be shit. Nobody didn't even go to the motherfuckers for unless it's a home game, unless it's like the SECU game or the game, the HBCU game. I feel it, dog. Listen, I feel it. I do feel it. But it's either gonna be we all move together, or either one and try to get it done. I want to see somebody do it, bro. But if it takes all us moving together, Scotty, that shit ain't gonna happen, bro. Back to what you said about stop complaining, and I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I'm not one of the ones who fucking complain. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got to move together to make this shit happen. And I don't see that. I don't see that happening as well. But I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Even if Deion got all the backing and everybody pushing, because listen, what you're really hoping is a Nelly and the St. Lunatics aspect, right? Nelly popped off, and then he brought the St. Lunatics with him. Right, so it's like you're hoping Jackson State gets up there, they start doing damage. You're like, hey man, it's not so bad up here, guys. Come on and join us. So then everybody else comes up as well, you know, slowly but surely. My thing is this though: if one, you don't win, and then two, if your fans don't support who you're playing, you see what I'm saying? It's pointless. The man of the people who not gonna support that shit is the people who support these HBCUs the most. The old dude who own a store around the corner from the school who tailgate every game. You think he gonna go see him play Wilberforce or like I'm not Wilberforce from Wake Forest or some shit? Like that's my thing. I want to see. I'm on the train of let Deion do as much as possible to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? To see like dang, like Deion was right. If you right, I'm gonna be like, hey, he said that you was right the whole time. But if you wrong, I'm a damn sure just be like, I told you so. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. But if it depends on all these schools getting on board, bro, I don't see it happening because I don't know, Scott.
This is my thing though. I think this is my thing. I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. I don't think any SWAC school should move up to D1. I don't think so. I think you're good where you're at. My issue is this: you can't keep doing the same dumb stuff and think you're going to prosper where you're at. And that means not looking into being innovative. I'm sorry. And it starts with the freaking Bayou Classic. If your school is not making $1 million off a classic, like net, like walking home on the low end, there's something wrong with that. And the fact that Bamas don't want to change up the game because it's a tradition is a problem. It is. And that's the issue. You guys are so stuck in, like, if Dion never came to the SWAC, Jackson State will still be in the Southern Heritage Classic like it's no issue. Like there's no tomorrow. And you know that for a fact, Smash. You know they'll be riding along. They'll be riding along the Southern Heritage Classic, nothing being wrong, whatever. It's those moments. Those are the things that you have to capitalize on while you're in the space that you're in, and making it better, elevating it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's money to
Scotty. You know what's crazy? That's what I like about you too, Scotty. Because one thing, if you don't know, ain't nobody gonna stop you from doing something that you want to do that's progressive, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm a Southern fan. Fuck that. Y'all respect our mind. Get the fuck. We keep it classy. But since y'all care so much, join together. Everybody sign a petition. If all other schools want to move up so bad, there's only 2 schools holding it back, correct? Shutting the ground. Am I right? Am I right? Why all the rest of the schools ain't joining together to sign a petition and like boot us out, either some get down and lay down type shit?
No.
You know why?
Go ahead.
Like we said on other show, like I said on other show. Southern is everybody's favorite game. People don't want to admit that shit. It is. Like Grambling got a rich history in football. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't lose these 2 schools by joining together and becoming a bigger conference. Now, I say do it. I dare everybody to. But once again, like Dion trying to get us to progress, you know what I'm saying? But we had to join together. Y'all wouldn't even join together to chastise y'all own family members to make the family better. You think you trying to make the world better? Come on, bro. Come on.
Hey, Smash, let me get to another caller. Call back in like a couple minutes, bro.
All right, man. All right,
Doc. All right, peace. I like that. I'm going to go 0739, then I'm going to come to you, JB. All right. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, this is Randy from Columbia, South Carolina.
What's up, Randy? Talk to me.
So, first I want to say congratulations, bro. We seeing you. We can't wait till you come to South Carolina. That's all. But
thank you.
on the grand scheme of things, right? I'm a Gamecock fan, and we would love to play some HBCUs. So we have played Florida A&M. Look, all I'm saying is we want to play y'all. Like we want to play the HBCUs. Like the SEC, the competition is just like the HBCUs. Like we want to play y'all. These PWIs, because I went to Benedict. I knew what it was like to be at a HBCU. I knew when I went to a PWI, I still wanted to see y'all on the field. Like, dude, y'all get to the NFL just like everybody else. Like, I don't understand what the issue is. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, like I see all the rhetoric in the news and online, and I see that Jackson State's got Dion. He's doing big things, but don't forget South Carolina State's got Buddy Pugh. Y'all have excellent coaching. Y'all got everything you need, dude. What is holding you back? Is it the presidents of the universities, the colleges? Something is holding you back.
I think
the HBCU should have been booming.
I think it's a lot. I think it's a little bit of everything, right? You know how like they say you gotta to bake a cake, you need a little bit of everything to go right. And I think that's what it is with HBCU football. You know, the biggest thing is the budget and resources, the money, funding. Funding has always been the biggest thing. But then you also see, this is my problem. You can't complain about funding, and then on the back end, you're subsequently putting yourself in a bad funding issue because of a bad contract. Like you're just compounding the issue, right? We already don't got the money we're supposed to have. Then the money we're supposed to get, we F it off by doing a bad contract. And then we complain about the bad contract we put ourselves in that subsequently now we ain't got no funding. It's just a whole mix of just mess. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, you got bad leadership or a bad coach or a bad president. It's just wild, bro. It's just wild. Go ahead.
Look, what I want to say one thing basketball-wise. When I saw Jackson State girls play in the NCAA tournament, I said, oh, my gosh, they changed the game. Why? Why they changed the game? Because they just getting there set standards, right? And I can't wait to see them again. You see what I'm saying? That type of stuff, like
see, but that's
trend setting.
But it's not. You got to understand what you're saying is not technically accurate. SWAC teams have always been in the tournament, right? It's about winning. It's about pushing the envelope, right? Where Jackson State was at is because the game was super competitive and they had a chance to win the game, but they didn't win the game. So you don't change the narrative.
But they would have. But they should have been. They didn't win, granted, but they had such an opportunity. Meaning, everybody, you don't win all the time, but those girls. When I say they are competition, they set some standards that day. Like they let you know we here, we coming, we back. Like, and I've seen other schools do it. You know, there are other HBCUs that's been in those tournaments, but when I seen them play, I was like, oh.
But see, the thing about
they got some heat.
Listen, this is something my coach always told me, and I'm gonna say this, and you can respond. I'm gonna let you go. My coach always said this: when you have an opportunity to make the shot or to take down the giant, you can't let the giant get back up, right? Because you never know what your team looks like the next year. You had a magical run, undefeated in the SWAC. I mean, you had the LSU girls down. I mean, they were looking. You had them you were up by 10 with 4 minutes left to go. My coach always says when you have a chance to do the kill shot, you have to knock them out, because at the end of the day, you do not know what your team looks like. You could be like, oh yeah, we got all these people coming back. Listen, sports is a very finicky business. People get hurt, things happen. You don't have the same chemistry. When you have the opportunity to take that next step, you got to take it. I'm not saying they can't come back and do it and go bigger and whatever. I'm not saying they can't, but you can't just guarantee, like Jackson State. They can't just say, oh, we won the SWAC last year, so we're going to win it again this year. That's not how sports work. That's just not how sports work. You know what I'm saying? You never know what can happen. God forbid, one of your key players gets hurt, and now you're looking crazy because now you're like, dang, like, oh, we thought we were going to have this team. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. So that's what I'm saying. I absolutely love that game. I watched that game. I had a watch party for that game. But at the end of the day, you have to take the kill shot when it's there. Your last word before I let you go.
All I can say is Dion had his son at the University of South Carolina before he got to Jackson State. We had high hopes for his son. But now that they're at Jackson State, we still have those same high hopes. I root for Dion. I root for the HCU. I root for the SWAC in general. I just want to see y'all win. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter if I'm a Gamecock, and we always lose. But yeah, I just want to see HBCUs win in general.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
No problem.
Hey, JB, coming to you. Then I'm going Dre. Then I'm going to go 0851. Hey, what's up, JB? You live.
Hey, Scotty. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Talk to me.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say congratulations. I saw the news about Roland Martin, you being on his show. So you're doing big things there, but apparently the one conference you're not media. So I'm trying to see how that works. But anyway,
me too.
What's my point though? This is laughable and pathetic at the same time. And here's what I mean by this, right? Two things. Everything that Jackson talking about moving up and whatnot, right? It sounds fun. It sounds interesting. But other folks like myself, you, and from other people, we've been talking about doing, I guess, changing the tradition stuff for a while now. And we were called all kind of bootlickers, Uncle Toms, and everything else. Now, all of a sudden, Dion says something. Now it's, yeah, let's go do something.
I agree with that.
People folks praising him right now for the stuff that they gave A&T and Hampton, all kind of shit for one leap the MEAC and whatnot. People say they're abandoning their culture, they're abandoning HBCUs, they want to question HBCU status. Now all of a sudden, a celebrity says the same thing, and everything is great. But what's also kind of pathetic about this is the fact that why does it take a celebrity to come in to make us give a shit about athletics? That's the part that bothers me the most about all of this stuff. People talking about we should be donating. But we should have been donating to stuff. But you hear some of these people here, whatnot, some of these people are actually questioning why the hell are athletic departments raising money? Yes, man. You never, yes, no lies on that. People actually question the relevance of athletic departments raising their own funds. Now all of a sudden, Deion said something. Oh yeah, by the way, who's the commissioner of the SWAC anyway? Is it Deion Sanders or is it McClellan? I'm confused. Which one is it? Who's the spokesperson? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out. Oh yeah, and by the way, that ass clown chat is Bethune-Cookman, not Benedict. Get it right. So anyway, with that part being said too, we're talking about raising money. Folks, our people can barely function at the FCS level right now. But you're talking about trying to go FBS. Our schools in football could barely fund the 63 scholarships as is. But you want to increase and pay an extra 22 scholarships to get to 85? So where's this extra stuff going to come from? But here's the thing, though, bro. I'm tired of folks. And by the way, I saw the Spaces, by the way, on Blue Bloods. Excellent show, by the way. You got to check it out. If you haven't checked it out, it's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Is this all being driven because you really want to do it? Or is it being driven because Deion Sanders says it is? Because where's this energy going to be? Let's say 10 years from now, Deion Sanders is not going to be there anymore. Are y'all still pushing FBS? Of course you're not. You're doing something because because it feels good right now. It sounds good to do this. But if y'all really want to do this for athletics, you would have did this shit years ago. But you didn't want to do anything because, bro, you talk about this for your Bio Classic show. Yeah, people having a fit because people suggested moving the Bio Classic 1 week before Thanksgiving so you can play in the playoffs. Now, all of a sudden, you're going to leave all of that tradition. Well, my bad, tradition that you think is important. But one of the folks said the same thing that Deion said years ago. We were Uncle Tom's, bootlickers, sellouts, all that bullshit. Now, all of a sudden, the coach's preacher says it. Now, all of a sudden, it's all gravy. Yeah, we should do this stuff. Yeah, we want all this money stuff. But you haven't raised money at all. Some of your athletic budgets are barely $10 million plus, but you're going to go FBS. How does that work? How about people actually get functional in the FCS first? How about us do that stuff first before start talking about doing everything else? Anyway, that's all I got, man. I mean, just all of a sudden, just the new feds, these damn Primettes, Prime Hive, and all these other folks and whatnot, they're saying, yeah, let's do this, let's do this. But y'all have no idea how college athletic works. And I can probably tell that y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. My point is, do something because you want to do something, not because Deion says it's a good idea.
Oh man, boy, listen, bro, listen, you hot, you 38 hot, you 38, and listen, for people telling me to play the emotional, but it's not emotional. I wouldn't say it's more emotional. It's more like it's like
hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's just like you see the foolishness of it all, right? Like I've been saying this from the jump. When I first stepped into space, I was like, why don't y'all play this? Why don't y'all do this? Why don't y'all do that? Then I was the bad person. I was the bad guy. I was, like the Celebration Bowl. Why y'all playing in that? Oh, Scotty. And then now, like I just said that July 12th. I said, you're so stuck in your tradition that you can't even see the lack of benefit of not shopping the Bayou Classic around. Then Deion goes on ESPN and says, tradition, it's either tradition or money, or, schools gotta pick what they want to do. Well, we're talking, and everybody's like, yeah, Deion, we're talking. Man, miss me with that, bro.
Exactly.
He's the captain.
Exactly.
It's at the end of the day, JB.
Scotty,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Scotty, these are the same people that basically try to discredit playing for an NCAA championship. But now all of a sudden, you're doing this other stuff. But yeah, man, let me get off this call right now because I've got other people trying to get on. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man.
All right, no problem. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. I remember. I mean, I've been there. I remember when people was calling me a Sambo, Uncle Tom, and all that type of stuff because I'm telling you, why are you playing the Celebration Bowl? Why? You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, even with the Celebration Bowl, I gave another scenario of saying, hey, why don't you add more games and make the Celebration Bowl your national championship? Why don't you have 1 versus 4 and 2 versus 3? You know what I'm saying? And have an extra set of games and blah, blah, blah. And everybody talking about, oh no, Scotty, no. Man, miss me with that, bro. Dre, coming to you, and then I'm going I want to get to this 3438 number. I haven't seen that one before, but I'm gonna go Dre then 3438. Hey, what's up, Dre? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, man? Man, I totally agree with caller before. I think sometimes you have to have an outsider, and then also, this is probably the first time where you got Deion, somebody that could really have the clout, the connections to make that type of move. Because, you know, you got folks who, we want to go FBS with people, but they really never had a plan.
Yeah.
They're talking about, we want to go FBS in 15 years. If Deion wants to go FBS in 5 years, there'll be FBS in 5 years, too. And I think that scares a lot of people. That shakes up a lot of people. I believe you can't pick and choose when you want tradition. If they want a tradition, then the original 6 SWAC members will still be in there. But clearly, they had to leave some people behind because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So I believe you can't pick and choose. I believe you can have both. If A&T is definitely HBCU, we got a black chancellor. You know, our culture is HBCU, but we also believe in prospering. And I know people talking about Jackson State's budget. Pretty sure Deion's probably cleaning up a lot of mess also before he can even
I wouldn't
you know
be surprised. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out here scrubbing them books hard.
So they might have been negative $3 million. He probably like, okay, we turn up this deal. We turn up this deal. Okay, this is how you need to allocate. Because once again, he's an outside, so he knows what it's going to look like. So I think he's the first person where it's kind of shaking people out, because if he wants to do it, it could be done. And the president and Ashley Robinson seem like they're progressive enough, because if they're profiting, like even something as small as the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt has 11 bowl games. 11. The SWAC has 1, and you got to win the SWAC.
Yeah.
So if you know, my starting quarterback gets injured, he may be out for 4 games. I might lose them 4 games. That's a wrap. I don't get nothing. There's really no benefit, something like that. And in the FBS, if my quarterback is out for 4 games, if you get the 6 wins, you still get a profit. You still get a bowl game. So once again, you got to think about the business part. And I think folks let tradition get in the way of the business and everything. Like, you can't pick and choose when you want to be tradition, when you want to have, because to some people, your tradition may not be worth nothing.
That's fair. That's facts.
You know,
listen.
People,
that's real.
You know, to some people, the reason why Jackson State is so hot is because they're winning football games. If they was 0-12, that would really mean nothing. So the football still has to be the football.
That's fair. No, I feel you, Drake. I feel you.
So yeah, like I heard the O&G Strike Show. They were talking about how the women's somebody was asking how come the women ain't having camps. They struggle to fund their women's football camp. I mean, their women's basketball camp. I'm like, dang. When everybody having basketball camps for women, damn, you can't even do that. Like the coach said it. It's like, we ain't got the money to do it. So Deion's the only one that has the clout that could probably pull that off in 5 years. You let the SWAC, they'll be waiting 10 years, 15 years for everybody, because they want everybody to do it. I've always said, you got to do what's best for your institution.
Facts.
And there's no point of waiting on everybody.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that ending, Dre. Appreciate the call, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And that goes back to what, see, this is my thing, right? it's a dangerous game that people are living in, because you can have, and I think I talked to somebody, and 343, I'm getting to you, I promise you, and 0851, I'm getting to both of you guys. It goes back to me of what somebody told me from FAMU. They said when FAMU made that jump to FBS Division 1, they had a very tumultuous turnover, I believe, because I think the coach left, or something was going on at FAMU that messed up the structure that was going on during that time, and really messed up their ability to compete at that level at FBS. Because a lot of people that I talked to from FAMU said they had the talent to compete at FBS D1. It was just a tumultuous time at FAMU, and it didn't help that they moved up to D1 and they had that tumultuous time. My thing is this: if you move up to D1 and Dion rides with you for a couple years and he leaves, what does that look? See, people, listen, man, at some point in time, and listen, I talk to Mr. Campbell a lot. It's a few things. He's like, what's the end game? What's the end game here? Right? What's your end game? Because you can't act like, you know, the next 2 or 3 years is it for Jackson State and they go away. That can't happen, right? Life continues on. Your school continues to be a school. If Dion leaves tomorrow, your school will continue to be Jackson State. So what happens when you're up at that D1 level and now you're not as competitive as you were because your lightning rod, your big brother, the one that was taking all the bullets for you, has left. Now you the little brother getting beat up all day. That's not cute. That is not cute. It ain't fun. It ain't cool. So you have to, at some point in time, you have to insulate yourself to think about, okay, what will happen? What will happen going forward? If we get there in 5 years, what happens the next 5 years? Because you can't just say we here just to be here. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you got to be like, yo, we're trying to do something with that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand it. I really don't understand it to me. So I'm going to go Smash because he's a member, guys, and then I'm going to get to whoever else is on the call. Hey, what's up, Smash?
You hit the nail on the head, Scotty. What happens after Dion leaves? You can use it on both parties. You can use it all you Jackson State fans who on this midnight train to Georgia. It sounds nice, you know what I'm saying? But soon Dion leaves and he ain't never watched the fucking contract, and the biggest schools start fucking y'all. Now what? You know what I'm saying? So It's like you can't really force other schools to go either. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all have Dion, other schools don't. That's why I'm a firm believer Dion should be the commissioner instead of a coach for Jackson State, because it comes off better. All the work that Dion do, it would come off better if he was in the office doing it for everybody versus doing it for Jackson State and trying to get everybody to follow suit. You feel me, Scotty?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, we've been on that bandwagon. I would vote for Dion to be the commissioner tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just that impactful.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my thing too. Like, bro, it's some of us, we're not against Dion. You know what I'm saying? We not. And I want to see us get everything that he works for. He changed the HBCU. He better get his statue at Jackson before he leave. You know what I'm saying? It's hard trying to persuade the older cats, you know what I'm saying? And everybody who on this tradition shit, because they the ones who make shit stir there. Like you want to buy a house, you know what I'm saying, for your wife, and when your wife divorces you, now you gotta pay that bit by your damn self. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, bro. For real.
Listen, you listen. My mom always said, never get into something you can't afford by yourself. That's what my mom used to always say that to me. Never get into something you can't afford by yourself. So if you couldn't do it without that partner, you shouldn't be there, because you never know what happens. That my mom used to always tell me that.
So you think, so what your mama said, can you say that's what Jackson doing right now? Dion doing?
I listen, if it was what Jackson, if we're going by my mama's motto, you gotta make the bed that you in better. You gotta make the bed that you're already in better. How can we make the bed that I'm already in better than trying to go find me a new bed and pay a premium to just say I've been in a new bed, when the bed that you have is fine? You just have to figure out a way to make it better. And I think that's where
I'm I'm gonna start a campaign, Dion. Shut up and become commissioner. Like we not against you. You know what I'm saying? We for everything you're saying. But I feel like you can help us better. Lead the people. You want to lead the people? Don't just beat the people and lead the people. You know what I'm saying? Don't create a super team and beat the people like that and then expect us to follow suit. Fuck no. Get out that damn coaching position. You know what I'm saying? You care a lot. You care so much. And get in office. We will support you more. That's all I'm saying, Scotty. And believe it or not, I think all those tradition folks will follow suit too if he did that. I promise you they will, Scotty. Because it's for the betterment of everybody, not the way he going about doing it right now. That's a big thing. I heard so many alumni say that, Doc, that it's just like, damn, okay, Jackson win in the end, and then soon he leaves Jackson, and they go back to being fucking Aston State. You know what I'm saying? Why we had to follow him in the first place when he gonna leave? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus you putting some real shit in place, some new laws that the SWAC can follow. There's so much. That's my thing. We rock with you, Dion, but get it off me. That's it. But all right, Scott, I'm going down.
I appreciate it. Listen, let's once again, my boy Blue broke the news that he was taking calls from TCU. I get on the channel and I double confirm that. And then everybody's like, oh my God, but he was on his deathbed. He was doing this. His toes were cut off. And I'm like, and then the black dude, Reed from 247, says the same exact thing Blue said. Let me not go there. Let me take some of these other callers, man. Who was I going to? 3438. 3438, I'm coming to you. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Musa.
Hey, what's up, Musa? Oh, I never seen your you it's usually always blocked, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm calling from the family members. But either way, I had to call and congratulations when I seen the news.
Thank you, sir.
I want to piggyback off of what everybody said. The first JB, it wasn't emotional. Everybody was passionate, even though I didn't agree with him on certain subjects. Now I'm coming from both perspectives. I played this way for 1 year, and then I played in the American League with Temple, so I kind of seen both sides. The thing about with HBCUs that I'm questioning, like the reason why I like Dion is because he's able to be himself in the position he's in. He's not really a corporate type of guy. So I see what y'all saying with the SWAC office, but I feel like he would get blocked a lot if he was in that position because you still have, it's like when you go in a corporation, you can know what's the best thing to do, but if you don't have the superiority or the power, it doesn't mean anything. I feel like in the positions he's in, he can push those boundaries because he's not isolated by those regulations and whatnot. He just has to operate within JSUs. Like you said before, he's basically the he's like the commissioner without being a commissioner. So I feel like it can work, but I feel like he's in the best possible position that he could be in to help HBCUs. And where I'm coming from with it, how I look at it is this. I also want to give you your credit because on this platform, let's be real, a lot of people get their emojis and they might not like your presentation, but I'm a big picture person, so I see what you're trying to do. A lot of stuff that was, if it didn't come directly from you, it was talked about on this platform. And then it went to maybe a Dion or another platform. And then it was, so you're basically, you're going to be like Skip Bayless. You're not going to get your credit until you become successful because people are going to feel like, oh, well, that's too radical. So that's just what that is. That's just a fact. People can feel how they want to feel about it. But the good thing about what I see with Dion is because Americans have the celebrity worship culture. So you can be a small person and say the same thing, but it's kind of like a reverend. Like that's why we do need him because when you can know the word, you can know the Bible, but when you go to church, it gives you that feeling like, oh, I need to get moving. I need to.
Yeah, that's good. I like that analogy.
Yeah, so it's like I think now I got two. I don't know what this has been on my mind, but I have two strategies that you can either go with. I said if we talking this FBS stuff, right? Neither is right, neither is wrong. It's just options. If we do this FBS thing and we're trying to do it as a movement progressively, we have to have Dion, or excuse me, I'm sorry, let me not say Dion. We have to have JSU as the leverage because they are the leverage. Now, the beautiful thing I was saying about that situation is fit because I forgot about this. Jackson is the capital of Mississippi, right? And also, Mississippi is the blackest state in America by population. So it's in a great, unique position, and you got like the best possible personality to be the figurehead. And then you have a university that can kind of hold that capacity of leverage. So if they're trying to move, which I don't think that's right. We're trying to take the SWAC to the FBS. But now the other option that I was suggesting is you do. Well, no. This is the first option. You create a super conference with the MEAC. I would say this would be like a 5 to 10 year plan. So you take the best teams that within at least you got 5 years to get your shit together. You ain't got enough stadium attendance. You ain't got enough support. Then you ain't gonna make the cut. 6 to 8 teams, and that's a great proposal. You got 5 years to show the numbers progressively because HBCU was on an upward trend, and you're showing that you're getting recruits, and then you take the 6 or 8 best teams, and you go to the conference as a union, so that way you have the support of your fan base, and you're not so much leaving them behind, but you're saying that you have to meet these requirements. And the other option is to say, all right, well, it's a short-term plan. If you just try to say JSU, like the other guy, I don't know who it was, I think it was what's that, Dre? He said you got to worry about your institution. It goes back to that quote that we always hear: when you black, you're successful. Either you can go faster by yourself, or you can go further together. So JSU can go faster right now. They just said, fuck everybody. Which they can, because they have the juice right now. They're basically operating like an FBS on a marketing platform. They just don't have that status. Now, if they go that route, they would have to basically move fast and then have a backup plan to want to become a football factory. So they would be like what Grambling was, but they would be like progressive to where Eddie Robinson was trying. Basically, he was doing the SWAC, staying the SWAC, and getting the name out there. But then once you get to that level, you have to.
All right, you got to land this plane, Musa. What's the overall? Was that it? You got to land this plane.
I got you. So basically, it's one option. Either you move fast, JSU leave everybody behind, which is what I think NCAA, North Carolina AT is trying to do, or you have a super conference to where you're not breaking the parent conferences, but you're just taking the best of the best. And these basically schools saying that we want to go FBS, but you have to show progression. And it's just that simple.
All right, appreciate it, Muslim. Woo! Hey, somebody send me the cliff notes of that, okay? Because that was long. Hey, 0851, you loud, talk to me.
Hey, Scott here. How you doing?
What's good? Which name where you come from?
It's Mark in Houston.
What's up? Talk to me.
All right. So I somewhat agree with the last caller and the 2 calls before that, with 3 calls before that. But I think it's a little new, a little bit different. My take on it is a little nuanced. I think that we need a new SWAC commissioner. The one we have, he did a great job. He took from where it was to where it is now, but he is incapable of doing the contracts that's needed in order to go further. And I think that's been kind of demonstrated. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I think that, a Tony Dungy or a Rob Woodson would be a great SWAC commissioner. They already have the respect of the business community, and they would be able to organize investors for the SWAC to basically buy out the MEAC and merge and have a true SWAC West, East and West. I think they also could get a better contract if they want to stay with ESPN and go to a different network for broadcasting for at least $70 to $90 million, which would put them in a position to do a contract with the airline for $20 million so that you can go after the Howards, the Hamptons, the Tennessee State and say, hey, you join this division, this conference. It also comes with some travel contracts, but you can supplement the travel fee. Would put the SWAC in a better position. Then you can have a 4-game playoff to go to a Celebration Bowl. Then you have the power, you have the moxie. And so I think the problem that we're facing right now is that the SWAC commissioner and staff that we have now are too reactive and not proactive enough. If they were proactive, you would have never had the opportunity for Hampton or Howard to go, because they would have been proactive in getting the contract needed in order to pull in that airline travel contract.
Right, okay, hold on.
Whether it be Delta Air.
Hold on. Let me slow it down. Okay. Why this is the part that why does the commissioner have to be a celebrity, and why can't it just be somebody who actually understands media business?
Well, I'm not saying it has to be a celebrity. I just think that my personal opinion is that Tony Dungy is the person that has the integrity and the history, the business savvy enough to do
what
it.
Business?
Now, it could be a former.
Come on, hold on. Now you can't just be. Listen, now you just throwing stuff and hoping it sticks to the wall. What has Tony Dungy shown you that was like, oh yeah, I think he can run a whole commission. I think he can run a whole conference. What has he done?
Well, he's been an NFL coach. He's also organized some teams and controlled budgets that would be of the same
budget line that the SWAC. I mean, come on, let's be real. The internet coach budget was way higher than the entire SWAC budget. Let's be honest.
So you're asking look at what you're saying.
So he's got the credibility on the financing side and controlling the money.
No, he doesn't.
Because they always have a cap.
No, listen. You're asking somebody who is used to dealing with millions, like surplus of millions, to somebody who is now having to find millions. It's two different. Hold up, that's two different lanes. That is completely two different lanes. You're asking somebody who's never. Tony Dungy has never had to go out and find a media deal. Tony Dungy has never had to go out and fundraise for a conference before, or find a supporter or advertisers. He's never had to do that. But you're telling me a football coach who knows football and has made a book can do that for a whole SWAC commission? Come on, man. Come on, man. Tony Dungy? Tony Dungy?
I think he could. I mean, put it like this. No matter who you get, if they're savvy enough to make the best decision as the opportunities present themselves, or go out and create opportunities, you need somebody who, if it's not Tony Dungy, you need somebody who has relationships with not only private investors, but corporate partners. You need somebody like that in order to be proactive and create and elevate the conference. And I think that's the biggest problem that the SWAC is facing right now. Everybody agrees with common sense that it's time to elevate the conference. Now, the argument is, what's the best way to go about doing it? Now, there's a couple different options, but what's the best one overall? So, and that's all my call is today. I'm just talking about the method in which the SWAC elevates. And I think the method in which, Tony Dungy, Rod Woodson, or whoever aside, but aside from whoever it is, I'm just saying that we need a SWAC commissioner and staff, not just the commissioner, the whole staff, the whole office executive board that's actually able to close the deals that are needed in order to maintain the forward progress of elevating the SWAC, all the way down to mandating that the schools update their broadcast and streaming capabilities so you have a decent product across the board. That means also raising money so that the other sports, aside from football and basketball, because we also have volleyball and something. HBCUs are getting into gymnastics. Most of them have an Olympic-sized pool, but they don't have a swim team. They also have soccer teams. They have softball teams.
All right. Okay, now we just talking. Listen, man. Listen. Let me say this, man. Hold on. Let me see. I want to get to something. What I've realized is that I don't know if anybody watched the Heart to Heart. Anybody watched that Heart to Heart with Jay-Z? And Jay-Z said something very profound. He said, and I'm trying to find the clip right now as we speak. I'm trying to find it. He talks about how black people, or I don't want to say black people, but just people in general want to win, just want to say, oh, I'm doing something. Oh, I have this. It's called winning. I've heard it's called winning the press conference. I don't care that Tony Dungy is an NFL coach. I do not care that you name Rod Woodson. I do not care. Give me some of the most wealthy people you have never heard about in your life. Some of the most wealthy people you have never heard about in your life. Millionaires or behind the scene of $1 million deals you have never heard about. That does not make them less qualified because you don't know who they are. We got to stop that. But I'm going to go to 1587. Then I'm coming to you, Mr. Campbell. Then I got some other people on the call line as well. 6110-3508-9762. I'm getting all of y'all. Hey, caller, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, man, I just first of all, I want to congratulate you on the thing with the Black Star Network. I've been watching you a couple of weeks. Kind of like what I've been seeing. I love what you're doing with the HBCU.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I just wanted to step in, man. I completely agree with you 110% where we don't need to be led by a celebrity. At this point in time, we need to be led by conscious and competent black people in the proper position in order to execute the things that we need to have done. So I wanted to add this. The time is now to make the move. You see the merger of the two super conferences. Now that leaves a big lane open for all of the other smaller conferences outside of the Big 40 to make a move. The SWAC is perfectly built for TV. We as the fans and as the alumni base need to step in and put our dollars into the equation in order to make a better product. Because I honestly believe if it's a Thursday or a Saturday night, nobody can outpace SWAC football, from the band to the atmosphere and all of that. But we have to make that commitment to do so and not wait on a celebrity or some entertainer or whatever else to come and save us, because we can do it. Because honestly, I went to the University of Prairie View, so don't go in on my school too hard. But it's this. All of the small rural communities that are around these HBCUs, that's your powerhouses right there. Most SWAC schools are outside of some form of a major city. So with that being said, if you recruit those bases, get those people in, you can get those local dollars, and those corporate dollars will follow behind. But at this point, we need to put a solid product on TV, and we need to watch it and support it as a people in order to get to where we need to get to. We don't need Deion to do that.
That's good.
We can do it ourselves. We don't need a man. We need a movement.
I like that.
That's what I'm ultimately getting at. We need a movement, not a man. No one man is going to do this, because right now we're riding the wave of Deion. But what we don't want to happen is if Deion leaves, we lose all of this momentum. So we need to make sure that we're funding. So for all of y'all out there, even if you feel like you can only give $1, $5, $20, $50, give to your program so they can get the infrastructure necessary to give you the product that you want. We can control that. We can become those influential boosters in our own programs to make things happen. But you got to believe that you can do it. All it takes is one person, one millennial, Gen X, or boom, or whatever, but we got to come together in how we do it. And the other thing with that, no disrespect to folks, but going in, we got to change ourselves. We do not need celebrities to lead us. We just need competent people. If anything, what we need a celebrity to do is to endorse that person that is the competent person in order to get them in connection with the people that are necessary.
I love it. I absolutely love it. If you, man, I like what you said. Just endorse. Just put support behind that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really all you need. But then at the same time, listen, man, it goes back to what you said as well. Deion started the road, right? But everybody has to get on the same plane and same page. And it doesn't even have to be on Deion's page, if we're being honest. It doesn't have to be on jumping the FBS. It doesn't have to be all the extreme. It just has to make, hey, let's do better than what we were. You know what I'm saying? Let's be better. Let's hold our schools accountable in these bad contracts. Let's hold our leadership accountable for bad decisions. Let's hold our coaches accountable for going out and getting talent and recruiting them. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely,
is changing what you can change.
And to that, I've always said that with some of the games like Prairie View and Grambling, why is that game being played in the Cotton Bowl? That can be a home and home game. We need to make it to where we're going to go make them uncomfortable in their hometown, and then we can make them uncomfortable when they come here, because all of the revenue stays with us in the local communities. If you're not going to fill up the Cotton Bowl, what is the point in playing in the Cotton Bowl? If you're not going to fill up NRG Stadium, what's the point in playing in it? You need to make money for your own facility so you can control those dollars, build that content, and then get the alums back on the campus so they can actually spend their money with us. And then lastly, to that, Scotty, we need to start moving back to the areas of where our HBCUs are and start building an economy around that we can control. Because trust me, HBCUs are about to go, because I'm a financial analyst here in Prairie View. But I'm just saying, we are growing in these particular areas. So if you're not investing your money as a booster or as anybody of influence now, you're behind the game, because once the games blow up and we're getting those primetime spots, those suites, those season tickets are going to be thousands of dollars, and those that invested early are going to be the ones that win.
Man, you're preaching, man. Please don't make yourself, when the season comes around, don't be a stranger now. Even though y'all going to be losing, don't be a stranger, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. All right, man. That was a great call. I like that call. Mr. Campbell, you're next, but I want to play this clip before you go, and I want to get your opinion on it as well. But this is the clip I was talking about from Jay-Z on the Heart to Heart. Absolutely loved it. If you had a chance to watch it, you need to go to watch it. Here's the clip, right? Hold on, let me see. It's just you're in love with the announcement. It sounds good. Oh, I gotta deal with HBCU Go. How much are they paying you? Oh, we got the SWAC Classic at Birmingham. Oh, you're in love with the announcement, not of the actual substance of what you're bringing. Okay? That is the key. And that's what, listen, you got to make your bed better. All right? I'm going to Mr. Campbell. Then I'm going to 3508 and then 4620. What's up, Mr. Campbell? Talk to me.
All right, Scott. Let me tell you, you know what this reminds me of? And they used to throw big Super Bowl and All-Star parties, right? We would always have some girl that would call me, how you doing? And she'd be fine as hell. Can you get in? I'm like, hell no. I'll get you in, but somebody's feelings going to get hurt with all this talk. The SWAC is going to move up. The SWAC is having y'all asses ugly. You can't get in the club. Y'all need to acknowledge that first.
Hey, Mr. Campbell, your phone's breaking up. Hold on, your phone's breaking up. I know you're probably driving. I can hear you in the background. Your phone's going in now, so you got to call back.
All
right. Sorry, I hate to mess with him when he's in a funky groove. When Mr. Campbell gets in that groove, you know what I'm saying. But I gotta get a better service. 3508 coming to you. What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, yo, this is Lawrence. I'll call from Tallahassee.
All right, Tally.
So,
what's good?
Yeah, for sure. High to Seven Hills. Man, you know what? Whenever I get into a room, full of HBCU grads, right, and supporters, and we start talking about football, and I start reading the comments, I'm always baffled because it seems like we don't live in the same universe, right? It's like we throw all these great grand ideas out, and it's like no thought, right? Let's merge the SWAC and the MEAC. Why? Right? Because listen, coming out of the MEAC, nobody goes to the game in Howard unless it's homecoming. You ever been to South Carolina State? Have you ever been to Morgan? Have you ever been to any of these schools? What benefit are you going to get by having this quote unquote super conference? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, right? But this is what we want to jump on. This is what we want to jump on, right? And we keep pushing that kind of, that agenda, right? So I think that's a bad idea, based on the fact that those schools up north, the alumni do not support those schools that probably that's completely different than the SWAC.
Absolutely.
Right? And then something a little bit more substance, right? I keep hearing, let's move to FBS. Let's move to FBS. Okay. Sometimes I'll use this analogy, right? You want a BMW, you want a Mercedes, you want one of these luxury cars, right? Cars are relatively easy to get. You got a decent job, you got decent credit, you can get one, right? And they look good, right? But what happens is that they don't understand the maintenance that come with having these luxury cars, right? And so now we we want to go to FBS. We can't afford it. We might be able to get one on credit, right? We might be able to get one. We might be able to get one. But what's going to happen? All the schools that's in FBS now are struggling to pay the bills to be in FBS too. Your schools like Troy and some of these group of 5 schools, they can't afford to be there. So we're gonna run our ass up FBS because it look kind of like what you just said, because it look good and it sound good. No, that don't make any sense at all, right? So my whole point is that we have to be logical and think really rational about what we're doing. We go to FBS for what? If you're not Big Ten, if you're not SEC, what you going for at this point? And so that's the thing that kind of getting me, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not thinking, like, in my opinion, we're not thinking critically enough, and we're not thinking broadly enough. Could we have the same success money-wise in the FCS? I say yes, we do. We can, right? because you're never gonna get the $100 million
Yeah.
that they're gonna get in the Big Ten.
Absolutely.
You're never gonna get the $30 million that they get in the AC and the SEC.
Absolutely.
So what you think you're gonna get? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to really think about where we at and where we're going. What we can do is continue to grow our brand at the FCS. You know, and
Absolutely.
no shade to anybody. So if we're gonna go FBS, we're gonna take Mississippi Valley State.
Nope.
Y'all want to take South Carolina State? They got 3,000 students. We really gonna take them there? Where are they going? So that's my whole thing, Scott. Like I just really would like to see us, like, you know, to really have a conversation, but let's be realistic. You know, like my boy was talking about Tony Dungy. You know, he was dead ass serious too. You know what I'm saying? So he's dead ass serious. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of shit. That's where we at. You know what I'm saying? So when even your show, that's why I like your show, because your show really be exposing people. Like, this is how we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the kind of shit that we have to listen to. You know? So, man, that's just me, man. But I enjoy the show. Shout out to my homeboy Kofi. You know, that's my boy. So yeah, I'm out, man.
Hey, boy, no problem, boy. Hey, listen, that was a bar, bro. Like, I come up with some damn good analogies. That car analogy was spot on. Listen, quick story before I go to Mr. Campbell again, right? My car broke down. You know what I'm saying? I was probably like 30, and I know y'all gonna be judging me. Yeah, but I keep it real. You know, I'm honest. So I had a couple money saved. My mom gave me some. I think my mom gave me like $5,000. I have. My mom said she'll match whatever I had. So I had 5. My mom gave me 5. So I was like, okay, I got 10 G's. So I'm like, all right, cool. What I'm gonna do with these 10 G's? So my mom was thinking I was gonna go like put a down payment on like a brand new car. I'm cheap, you know what I'm saying? I'm super cheap. I'm frugal, right? So I saw this. I always wanted a BMW. I saw this BMW X3, right? I saw this BMW X3 white peanut butter interior. Ooh, that thing was clean. That dude wanted 8 for it. So in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I give him 8. I got 2 left over. I can pay some bills off. I'm good, right? I get that. I go, me and my mom sending cars back and forth. And my mom was like, I knew you weren't getting any of the cars because you stopped responding. Right. So once I saw the BMW, I was stuck on the BMW. So I go buy the BMW X3 or whatever. I'm driving it. Not even 3 months. Not even 3 months. A light came on, right? A light came on. Bing. Light came on. I'm like, what is going on? You know, I'm not balling. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take it to the BMW dealership. Hell no. We're going to do that. I ain't got BMW dealership money. So I take the BMW. I call Craigslist. I find me a mechanic off Craigslist. He does exotic cars. He comes out. I think it was like $100 for the assessment or whatever. I pay him $100. He tells me it's the accelerator. The accelerator, something's wrong with the accelerator. I ain't a car guy. Something's wrong with the accelerator. He said $600 to get it fixed. I sold that car so daggone fast, it would have made anybody's head spin, and I sold it for $7,000. But hell no. So that's facts. Listen, never again. I don't even care if I got it. I still wouldn't buy a BMW. All right, Mr. Campbell, coming to you. I hope your signal's better. They're gonna start clowning you. Hey, what's up, Mr. Campbell?
Okay, what about now? Do I sound better?
Yeah, much better. Go ahead.
Okay, man, I have to apologize. I was in the and I had to jump out, so didn't get that good signal. So clearly. But on the serious note, man, I'm listening to this, and I was trying to make the analogy about these people talking about moving up to FBS. And everybody knows it ain't that many schools that even have the ability. We don't even have schools that have 10,000 students.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting up here looking at the Sun Belt, right? Because first of all, you got to have somewhere to go, first of all, right?
Facts.
You can't just say, we're going to FBS. Because that's the lie that the swag want to say. Because that's why I was trying to make the analogy about the fine girl getting in the club and she got 8 ugly friends. The 8 ugly friends ain't getting in the club, bro. They being left out. So that's the whole problem. So my thing is, where you going to go? So I'm looking at the FBS and looking at the Sun Belt. Georgia State got 50,000 students. This school got 30,000 students. This school got 25,000 students. The smallest school is Louisiana Monroe, and they got 9,000, which is more than what Jackson State has.
Yeah.
So you're going to go and take your talent and then not even be ready to go. And see, this is the problem. What I've always said, bro, if you're not ready to do something, don't do it. Instead of the SWAC trying to get their enrollments up, trying to get their attendance up, how about let's get a TV deal first? Because if you would have a real TV deal, you would come with a position of strength. I'll give you a perfect example. Who do you think has strength now between the Pac-12 and the Big 12 right now?
Ooh,
the Big 12.
Big 12, yeah.
Because they're looking at it, they said, we got a new TV deal and we got some stability. Y'all got to come to us. And that's the thing what these other conferences are looking at. So why would you, Jackson State, and let's begin, Valley ain't going, Alcorn ain't going. So the only schools that even have the size, Texas Southern, Jackson State, and FAMU. Because Valley does not have the size. They have the name.
Yeah.
But they don't have the size. So you're going to go and you're going to join the Sun Belt? And what you going to get out of that? What are you going to get out of that? That's my problem with all this. So everybody's talking, but y'all can't get in the club. You can't get in the club. You ain't cute enough. You're going to have to pay the $50 to get in. So why you going to pay $50 to get in? Go have your own party. Get your shit together. Get your TV together.
Yeah.
Get your revenues together. That's my thing. And that's my biggest issue with this talk. I don't mind if you're going to go, but you have to be honest. Go back to the point. What you trying to do? Are you trying to get some ass or are you trying to make money? Because if you make money, you get the ass. That's the thing. So let's make the money first. And the SWAC is not thinking about making money. So Dion talking about, oh yeah, we're looking into what? Where you going? The Sun Belt? Let's be real. Where are you going, bro? We I saw Dion, he was on ESPN looking all good, had his hat on, XFL, we looking at what? You're looking from outside the club, bro. VIP 200. You only got 20. Come on, man. I threw them parties, bro. You can't get, hey, man. Steve, I know you don't. Hey, bro, that you got to get in that line right there, bro. This is for the ballers right here. That's the thing, man. So stop it with that talk. Because, see, it gets all these people, these delusional people that are not real football fans. See, Dion, we going to be in the Big 12 next week. No, the hell y'all not. No, the hell y'all are not. And I hate when Dion riles these jokers up. Because the real people that actually give money to Jackson State know better. They trying to get a stadium first. How about that? That's what they're trying to do. The real Jackson State money people. They're trying to get their own stadium. And I'm talking about their own stadium over there by the campus.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing we need to be thinking about, bro. So I just want to put that out there because that's what bothers me when, like I said, I love Dion. I love everything Jackson State, but you got to stop putting this false stuff out there because it gets these folks riled up and then they act a fool and then Branch got to call them and call them out and make them look bad. So that's it, man. Y'all can't afford to get in the club, bro. It's $200 tonight. That's it. Get in the broke folks line. I'm out, man.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. Oh, man, boy. Y'all crazy tonight. I'm going 4620, then 6110. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What up? What up, Scott? It is As We're Waking.
What's up, Wake? Talk to me.
Now, I'm going to provide some resources for people to use to understand the scope of business in this game. Because I've been hearing there's a code in this marketing out here that we don't know that's out here. For example, you have marketing, then you have what they call sports marketing. Go look up the Sports Marketing Institute. You can learn, they will teach you how to make money off the sports shit. You don't have that in some of the HBCUs. These PWIs, all over the damn place. There's another institute, Digital Marketing Institute. You can get a certificate. They will teach your asses some stuff. They give you degrees in that mess. The HBCUs lack on digital marketing and sports marketing. That's the problem. We can say all this stuff, but when they say walk the walk, talk the talk, we walking the walk. That's what Dion is doing. But he ain't talking the talk. There's a code to this shit. When you don't know the language, you can't play the game. Can't do it. I've been watching this shit for years. The SWAC. I'm going to tell you from experience. Now, I work in a sports commission. They have an annual event in New York City, i.e. the Sports Marketing Institute, where groups come together and you make a presentation in front of the big sponsors to get interest into investing in that conference or whatever else. Coca-Cola, advertising agencies, or whatever. They have this shit every year. Scotty, I'm gonna tell you. Now, this is from maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I get a call. One of my old bosses was the VP of operations for the Atlanta Olympics from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He calls me. Hey, Fred, what do you know about the SWAC? I said, well, I don't know. I've been dealing with them. I was at my little time at JSU. He told me flat out, and this from a white dude, that their presentation sucked. There was no value in their presentation because they didn't know the language and the presentation sucked. They don't have branding marketing. They don't have sports marketing or digital marketing. And his main line was the SWAC is not a brand. The SEC is a brand. The SWAC ain't. It's just a collection of numbnuts based on all the conversations you've had. None of them, all them people in there don't have that experience worth a damn. Then when it comes to the Black Dog, we all know back in the day there was a book, there was a video. They tell us how do you market to the black folks. It's out there. But do we follow that tip because the shit ain't changed? When people donate, and then I'm gonna go to the donation part. People donate to their schools and the HBCUs the same way they give to church. They give a few pennies, expecting 100-fold.
That's facts.
That's how they give. That's how they operate. Then they operate on mediocrity. Like you said with Jay-Z. It feels good to, hey, we doing this and we doing that. But where's the money at?
Where's the money?
Where's the money at? If we operated by the name that we walk by, here's what I mean by the name. When you are a big corporation and your corporation losing money, if they're losing money, they are in what color?
The losing club.
The red. The red.
Yeah.
We're in the red. We're losing money. When they're making a profit, they're in what color?
The black.
Black. If we operated in our name, we won't be having this goddamn conversation. We won't be doing it. If we tap in our own selves and work in our magic, because we know we got the creativity, we know we got the organization, but we got to get out the goddamn egos. And you say it all the time. That's what you calling them all the time. Operate on a goddamn ego. It make them feel good. All of the goddamn emotion. But like my godmother used to say, most black people, if you want to keep something a secret, put it in a goddamn book.
Put it in a book.
Put in the book. The shit is in your face. Go read it, go learn it, go apply it, and get out your goddamn ego. I'm tired of help black folks. They give me headaches like a motherfucker. That's why I said you need to go get a sponsorship with BC Power. Motherfucker got headaches all over the place, talking all this shit, talking all these hopes, talking all these dreams. Wake the fuck up. That's all I got.
Hey, no problem. Wait, appreciate the call, man. You preaching today.
Peace. Thanks.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all, listen. It's too many people, and Elvin, I promise I'm coming to you. I know you've been holding for a while. You know what? I'm gonna let you rock because I don't want to keep you. I might go on a tangent. What's good, man? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
Look, man, I gotta tell you, bro, you the GOAT, man.
Thank you, sir.
Because I don't know how you keep all this shit together. Man, this conversation going left, right, up, down, 100 miles per hour. Man, we done talked about Jackson State going FBS by themselves. We talking about all the SWAC going. You talking about, you know, the big boys going, the big schools going, leaving the little ones behind. We talked about all this stuff. Now, you know, the title of your stuff, Money or Tradition, I might give the tradition a little bit more credence.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one thing that we have not talked about, or at least I have not heard. Now, the tradition, let me back up. Don't get me wrong. I am all for us as a SWAC, as a conference advancing. Mm-hmm. Believe me, I am.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I don't want us to forget what the tradition actually is. Now, the tradition is actually what it has been, was that the SWAC has given a whole lot of students opportunities that they would have not had. Now, if we go for the money, you got to admit, that might fall by the wayside just a little bit. You know, because, you know, if you're going for the money, then now you got to get top players. You gotta get, the ones who can go. You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
And okay, now let's talk about Jackson State going. Let's say they go by themselves, FBS, right? Now, what people haven't said is that I don't care, Dion or nobody. When you first go, you losing. Can you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Off the top.
Absolutely.
He's losing.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Now, historically, what happens when Jackson State loses? All that attendance, gone. Okay. You talked about, is the SWAC really football fans? And I will tell you, no, we are not. Because you talked about the bands. Jackson State move up. There's no more zero quarter. There's no more fifth quarter. Swoosh time, he ain't getting no video from Jackson State because ain't nothing happening in the band way. Now you talking about that band, that's gone. It's over with. Now, do you sacrifice that for the money or not? I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm not trying to give the answer. I'm just throwing some other stuff out there that I have not heard in the discussions. So I think the thing is, now we got all the contracts. A lot of y'all have uncovered that we've been having some messed up contracts with TV. Maybe we start there. What are we trying to do? We talk about the end game. First of all, we can't even get to the end game because we got to have the first damn game. What are we trying to do? It's just like, we got all these ideas going, but there ain't a good one yet. There's not a good solution to none of the stuff that we're trying to do that I have heard.
Yeah.
So I think we need to slow the hell down, man, and figure this thing out from a step 1. I think we stepping to step 10 off the door, and we don't have that to be able to do that. So I just think we need to slow down, bro.
Hey, no problem, Elvin. Appreciate the call, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna go TG and I'm gonna go Kofi. All right, I'm gonna go TG. I'm coming to you, Timothy Green, my boy. I haven't seen him in a minute, so I gotta go TG. But before I go to you, TG, I want to say this. On his part about the attendance, I will have to agree on certain aspects. I know all you guys will be like, "Oh, Scotty, you still had a high attendance. Why? Because you were playing the same teams you've always played. You were playing the same teams you always played. You know what I'm saying? So you were playing all your nostalgia teams. You were playing all your rivalry teams. You were playing teams that you felt comfortable with. If you go to a white conference and most of your opponents are white PWIs and you're getting your ass whooped, I highly doubt if you're still going to be leading in attendance. I'm just saying, I highly doubt if you're going to be leading in attendance playing white people in a white conference. Because like he said, that zero quarter, that's gone. All right. Probably the fifth quarter, that's gone. So let's not act like you guys love playing white people, because you don't. All right. So just want to make that very clear. All right. So just want to TG, talk to me.
What's good, bro?
What's good? How you been, man? Long time no hear from.
Man, I'm working, bro. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this degree, bro. You know what I'm doing, bro. I'm trying to get this master's. Bro.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. What's good?
Man, I hear everything that's going on, bro, and you know what I'm saying. I agree with your points. The biggest thing is that we need to worry about what's really going on in the inside of Jackson State. It's cool to want to move up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that you're saying, it will be true. You know what I'm saying? The zero quarter, the bands, and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. If the football team start losing, people, not going to show and this and that. It's only going to be a couple of them that's going to actually, go regardless, because they support the school. But we need to get our inside stuff straight. You know what I'm saying? The outside stuff, all that glam, glitz, all that look good. But see, in the inside, the real deal, you know what I'm saying? The school not doing things that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? That need to be straight first. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
And
Infrastructure.
Scotty, you can hit me up a little later, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? We can talk one-on-one, but it's some inside. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree. I mean, I don't know, like I don't know the particulars that you're speaking of, but I remember Emory Hunt off my boy Blue Bloods HBCU roundtable. He said if you don't have your infrastructure together, it don't matter what you do. And that's the
crazy thing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing about it. When you have, you know what I'm saying, Dion, who has came, and I get a man props for shedding all this light on HBCU. You know what I'm saying? He's really elevated the SWAC higher than it was. And now it ain't Big 10, it ain't 12, SEC, it ain't none of that. But it you know what I'm saying? When you start seeing really good players go to Valley, bruh, something happening. I'm just keep it up.
We'll talk offline, TG, because you feeling some type of way. I ain't trying to get you caught up.
You know what I'm saying? He really doing some things in that aspect. Now, yeah, I understand that you always want to look ahead. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to move up because you want to have that competition. You want to have these guys come to Jackson State or to these other schools. But every school got their own stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just tell you right now, Jackson State got their own inside stuff going on that, you know what I'm saying? You're fighting with the people. It's like you want to move up, but then you got to fight with the people in your family.
Facts.
Like, I'm trying to get to this next level, you know what I'm saying? Not just for myself, but for my immediate family. So if Prime is trying to get to that next level, which I understand why, because he wants the kids to be able to have these things that these other schools have. You want to be able to have these facilities. You want to be able to say, hey, we play top tier schools, and if possible, we can beat these top tier schools, and then you'll get a better look of people looking at you from the next level to say, oh, okay, they played, this school, okay, they played that school, oh, it was a close game, or oh, they beat them, or oh, this, or oh, that, instead of, getting drafted in the 4th, 5th, 6th round, which still ain't bad. But then why are you trying to move up? Mom and them bringing you down like, oh, this and that. Oh, no, we got to do this now. Hold up now. We still got this over here. And it's like, okay, how much pushback you going to give me before I roll?
Yeah.
So I just want to get they inside stuff together before we go all out into the world and try to, because it's a big try. These schools will stomp us in the ground, and we know that. And because of that, that will show the true fans and the ones who are just along for the ride.
Absolutely. I appreciate the call, TG.
All right.
All right, man. Hey, Kofi, I'm coming to you next. Real quick though, I want to talk about this comment and LJ Lowen in the chat. That dude has to be smoking something late tonight or drinking something because he is just buck wild. If only alums donated to help get these dreams accomplished. You know what, William E. Levitt II? Let me ask you a question. When do you Bamas hold your institutions accountable? And I'm not even talking about you particularly because I don't know what your institution is, but have the same vigor you have about alums giving back. Have that same vigor of your school being transparent, of letting the alum know the foolishness that they're up to, because it's real easy to just you set what you guys sound like is a church member in a cult. That's what you sound like. Oh, as long as we keep giving to the As long as we keep giving to the Almighty, they'll come back and save us. Guys, just keep giving, all right? If they keep giving, we'll get free. Just keep giving. Like, bro, that's not it. That is not it. How about you hold your school accountable for what they're doing, okay? What are you doing with the money that we are giving? The 1 or 2% that you are getting. What are you doing with that? You see what? Because then you'll have a situation where, you know, you'll have a Gaucher situation to where people in FAMU were so excited to give money because they saw what it was going to. Knew this, knew that, renovated this, renovated that. Man, people in FAMU they would have wrote Gaucher a blank check. But if you not getting that back from your institution, hold them Bamas accountable. Jesus, everyone, just keep giving. Oh, just keep giving, guys. It'll get better. Okay, yeah, whatever. Hey, Kofi, you loud. Talk to me.
Hey, man. Great conversation, man. Congratulations on everything, bro. I
appreciate you.
But seriously, man, you know, I've heard a lot on tonight, and you know, I'm kind of wondering. I'm wondering whether or not we realize that FBS is not just football. You know, whether or not we really understand that you really need a plan in order to go to the next level. It's not something that's instantaneous. And the additional thing that we also need to look at and consider is once HBCUs get to that level, what are we really striving for? Are we going to be satisfied with just getting to a bowl game? Are we going to really go for a national championship? You know, are you going to be satisfied with competing with the Troy States of the world? Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
And if you're cool with that, then fine. But if you're talking about competing with the Bamas, the Georgias, the Carolinas, and that's a totally different level that we really haven't considered. But, you know, before we start talking about all that moving up stuff, you know, right now it's literally only about 3, maybe 4 that currently qualify because FBS schools must have an average home attendance of at least 15,000 over a 2-year period. An FBS school must sponsor a minimum of 16 varsity intercollegiate teams, including football, with at least 6 men's and co-educational teams and at least 8 all-female teams. We haven't had a darn basketball team on male or female to make the Sweet 16. So we just going to throw money into a program just for the sake of saying, oh, we're FBS?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we have to be sober-minded when it comes to just doing it. It's not just about height. It's about understanding who we are and where we are and what we really want. It's like, you know, we moving on up, but what part of the pie do we want? You know, and I'm done. Good.
No, you're good. No, the thing is, you know, everybody gets, like you said, everybody gets so enamored with football and, oh, what can we do? And we can compete. But what about bowling?
Right.
What about swimming? What about golf? What about baseball? What about field hockey? Like, you know, like, what about lacrosse? Like, there's a lot of other sports, non-revenue sports that you gotta come on.
Bro, the only sports that I've heard that I've really seen, okay, so SWAC gets hyped about baseball a little bit, you know, and the basketball tournament didn't have over 10,000 people at the tournament. We could have cared less. It's been in and it was in Birmingham.
Facts.
In a major city. You know, but this is also why we haven't seen a team in the Sweet 16 because we really don't care. It's not just football. Athletics is not just football. Athletics is an entire department that you need to have success with all of your teams, not just in wins, but also financially.
Yeah.
You need to find a way how you can generate revenue from your baseball team, generate revenue from your softball team, generate revenue from your track and field. And if we're not doing that, we're literally talking about going into a deficit year after year after year after year. When FAMU went up to Division I in that transitional year, we were playing these other schools, the FIUs, the FAUs, Nicholls State. Man, Sam was like, We ain't coming to the game to see us get beat 41-6. You know, can we get back to playing South Carolina State? And, you know, it made you want to just go back and play your HBCUs because you realize what you really had.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that. Is Jackson State, is FAMU going to be satisfied with just Troy State, South Alabama? You know, and God forbid, you know, this whole Big Ten talk, bruh. I mean, we're talking about FBS schools, FCS schools that have triple our budget, quadruple our budget. Imagine the University of Michigan's budget versus Jackson State's budget. Ohio State's budget versus goddamn Jackson State. Are you kidding me? It's a joke. You know, and yet, but all of their sports are pretty much successful because they got money for days to do it. And it's FBS is not just football. And that's really what I, you know, really wanted to, you know, just really get in on, bro. You know, it's just like there has to be necessary research, but right now it's only about 3 that's averaging 15,000 a game. So everybody else is not even eligible in the conversation.
Yeah. But they want to move up as a conference, though, Cole. We moving up now? But we moving up like the Jeffersons together. Okay.
The devil. Where? The devil? That's that's a pipe dream, bro. You know, not especially right now. Now, I mean, obviously the potential is there to do it. Prairie View, I don't understand for the life of me why Prairie View and Texas Southern don't average more with their attendance. I can't get it. I don't understand why Grambling, with the history and tradition they have, fights with attendance the way that they do, you know. But, you know, at the same time, right now, documented on paper, there's only 3. And that's Jackson State, FAMU, and Southern. Everybody else is kind of like, we could if we, you know, we might. I mean, UAPB, they got what, 2,000 a game?
Maybe.
Listen, I mean, Tennessee State.
I've been to a Valley game.
Back in the day.
I've been to a Valley game. I've been to a Valley game. Ain't nobody there. Okay, ain't nobody. You can count that on one hand.
People. You got people sitting in front of the gym on their lawn chairs at Valley. You know what I'm saying? And the you know, you got somebody, a coach from another school that has to raise money and bring awareness to what needs to happen.
Come on.
You know, Valley's not even fighting for Valley. You got Dion fighting for Valley. Does Valley give a damn?
Facts.
That's what we need to be asking. You know, and you know, it's a whole lot that goes into it, but you know, ain't nobody moving up without a plan. You can talk all you want to, all that talking street. JSU is trying to win a BCS championship, right?
Crazy.
You know, this is. You know, you got to be. It's a whole effort that your administration has to be in, your alumni have to be all in. And I'm not saying that Jackson State can't do it. I'm just saying just where you are right now. Okay, and that's the same thing even with FAMU. I know FAMU's not going to be satisfied with just simply going to a bowl game, and neither will Southern University. At some point, people gonna want some championship.
Yeah,
they're gonna want to see something. And right now, we're not there yet. So. Let's go, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
All right. Man, take your butt to bed. Take your butt to... If it's sitting... But shut your... Take your... And is that an Eagles jersey you wearing, Preston? Take your ass to bed, bro. You like... If it's God sent, who cares what your budget is? Nigga, what? No, sir. No, sir. No, don't do that. Don't do that, sir. Take your ass to bed. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just take your ass directly to bed. Cause you out here, I don't know what you, if it's God sent. Why didn't God send a bigger budget? Preston, why didn't God send a bigger budget? Preston, come on, man, stop playing. Don't make me get my girl and come down here. She'll tell you about some God, okay? She'll tell you about some God. Don't play. She talk directly. All right. Let me go 9020. Hey, what's up, caller? What's good?
Hey, Scott. How you doing, sir?
What's up? What's your name? Where you call from?
This is Quincy from Oak Cliff, Texas.
Talk to me. Oak Cliff?
Scotty, I've been listening to your show for about a year, and I'm trying to understand why all these people want the SWAC to move up to FBS. Can I get them to beat North Dakota State? Can I beat Jackson State to beat South Dakota State? Can I get them to beat Montana State? Can I get them to beat Sam Houston State? Or Steve F. Austin?
Come on.
If any conference is going to move up, it's going to be the Missouri Valley. They got 4 teams that are right the floor with every team in the SWAC. I'm just, I'm flabbergasted.
You preaching?
Like, how can the SWAC move up before the Missouri Valley? North Dakota State been asked by 3 conferences, and they keep saying nope. I would say no too if I keep winning national championships.
Facts.
And last time I checked, they don't have 5 stars. But they have a quarterback that got drafted in the first round. Oh, that's right. They had a wide receiver get drafted in the first round this year. Oh, that's right. They had an offensive line get drafted this year too. Jackson State is ready to go FBS. Instead of having the MEAC SWAC challenge, can I have the Missouri Valley against the SWAC challenge and see what we can do? Can we beat the Salukis, which is Southern Illinois?
Hey, I'm gonna have to let you go. You're breaking up. My bad, bro. I got a lot of people on the call lines, but you're breaking up. But hey, good call though, bro. Good call. Hey, you was. Hey, somebody tried to stop your shine. Hey, 5792 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's good, Scotty?
What's good?
This is Terrell calling out of Dallas.
Talk to me.
Yes, sir. So he had the last caller. He was on the road. T-Mobile must stop him, but but all love and praise to that brother, man. He was on the road. He was spitting facts, and so my thing is, to answer your original question, money or tradition, I think as a people and as a conference, SWAC, MEAC, SIAC, CIAA, we need to focus on the tradition because the tradition is what brings the money if we capitalize on it correctly. And that's the thing. It's like we have this, like you talked about this before, we have this mindset and this mentality that, the white man's ice is colder. So in order for us to be better, we got to go to Sun Belt. For us to be recognized, we have to go to the Conference USA. And that's not necessarily true because most of those schools in Conference USA, in Sun Belt, in the MAC, they're all struggling to stay FBS. Let's talk about New Mexico State. Let's talk about Idaho. Idaho was in the WAC. I played against Idaho when I was at Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
They dropped down to Division I AA. It wasn't feasible for them. Let's talk about Hawaii. How many times did they, was on the cusp of dropping all of their sports? The same thing with UAB. UAB just got revitalized, but let's be honest, UAB dropped football in 2012, 2013. You know what I'm saying? And so, for us to receive the notoriety that we deserve, right? Like you stated before in one of the other videos about us and our commissioners and holding our institutions accountable for signing these bad TV deals and, like with the NBC, with the Bayou Classic, right? Like you stated before, like let's move it around to shop it around because let's be honest, the Bayou Classic wasn't played in New Orleans all 35 years. We're forgetting the 2 years that it was played in Houston. it would be because of Katrina. You know, everybody forgets that. But, you know, we need to market ourselves. We need to be proactive. And we need to really come together and stop worrying about FBS, because FBS is just a title set by the NCAA.
Facts.
What if the NCAA might not exist 3 years from now? Then what are we going to do? So we need to figure out a way to, while the going is good right now, while the NCAA is shaky, we need to band together, know what we have in our traditions to one another, know our value, and instead of using that money to move up, why don't we use that money to move out? You know what I'm saying? So you know, just like with certain careers, like my career is engineering, right? Sometimes in order to move up, you got to move out. So, you know, yeah, I got to, if I, you know, have a better job in Chicago, hey, I got to take it, because that's going to be better and more beneficial for me and my family.
Facts.
And that's what we have to do as a SWAC conference, as a MEAC conference, and whatever. Like, we have to know our value and then get out of under the NCAA. You know, the thing that's been killing us for years from the moment we became a part of the NCAA was the APR rating. You know what I'm saying? Which doesn't take into account which doesn't take into account the lower number of students that we have on campus, and you know, and our graduation rate.
Hey, you got to land this plane. I got a lot of people on the call line. You got to land this plane.
Okay. Yeah. So just, you know, wrap it all up. We need to just focus on moving out of the NCAA's grasp, become our own entity, and then let's revalue and reclassify ourselves as our own entity and move forward and move on.
Hey, man, appreciate the call. No problem. Anytime. Oh, he said sponsored by Breathe Better. Oh, my Jesus, Lord, forgive me, Lord. Lord, forgive me. Oh, for they know not what they do, Lord. Oh, my God, boy. Y'all know y'all need, y'all in trouble. Boy, I'll be trying to tell this chat. Hey, listen, man. For the rest of you callers on here, get to the point, okay? I got people on the call lines. Get to the point. It's getting late. Bama's got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, no, it's Sunday. My bad. Bama's got to go to church in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Get to the point, all right? 5333 coming to you. Hey, caller, you lot, talk to me.
What's up, Scotty?
What's good? What's your name? Where you call from?
Straight out of SU.
What's your name?
In Dallas. KC, straight out of SU and Dallas, Texas.
All right, talk to me.
So I keep seeing these posts in reference to how JSU would be able to survive at the next level. You couldn't even beat ULM. ULM won a national championship way back in the day. And they jumped up to the next level, and they've been the worst program at the next level for the last, 20 years?
Pretty much.
You know, look, we need to take this step by step. How about we try to dominate where we are right now and cut this foolishness out? Okay?
No problem. I listen. I don't have no issues with that.
Yeah, I love what you do. The biggest problem that we have as a group, and by that I mean the SWAC as a whole, is the nonsense that we allow our organizations to get away with.
Absolutely.
We are too siloed. Southern mad about what Jackson State doing. Jackson State mad about what Grambling do. Grambling mad about what FAMU do. We need to move as an organization and SWAC. That's all I got to say about it. I've been watching this nonsense since the 70s, man. I've been around for a long time. My mom taught at Southern for 48 years.
No problem. I appreciate the call, though. Thank you so much. Hey, gotta keep it moving. Got to keep it moving. All right, 2156 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Plan, strategize, mobilize. Plan, strategize, mobilize. What's going on, Scott? This is Jimmy from Beaumont.
What's up, Jimmy?
So real quick, a quick question. If say Jackson moved to the Big Ten, would they still be an HBCU?
I mean, they're historically black institutions, so yes.
Okay. Listen, whenever Dion took that job, Dion didn't say nothing about being this, that, and the third for the SWAC. Matter of fact, the SWAC didn't even hire him. Jackson State hired him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And ever since Dion took that job, his mindset was to take it to another level. You got to factor in who you're talking about. You're talking about somebody that was consistently told that he couldn't do something, right? Whether it was playing baseball and football on the same day, or just, doing whatever he was doing. That's a revolutionary head coach, interim AD, and probably the mayor Jackson. Like whatever Dion wanted to do, eventually Jackson gonna do it. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because they have the potential of losing them, and they're not going to lose them behind tradition. So unfortunately, man, I guess we're gonna have to go with money. But you got to factor in, as I close, Dion is a God guy, and according to the Word of God, the Bible talks about the tradition of man make the Word of God of no effect. All right, Scott.
All right, no problem. Appreciate it. Listen, who said this? Hey, as soon as he got on, I was thinking the same thing. All I came to me was Barack. Michelle, and I like to bring it over and take it over the case. I definitely got a Barack Obama vibe. I definitely did, man. Appreciate it. Listen, appreciate the call though. But y'all Bama's who talk about, hang up on them. Y'all Bama's be scared to call in too. Half y'all Bama's in the chat don't even be calling and talk about hang up on somebody, man. Shut up. All right. Shut y'all asses up. Y'all talking about it. Hang up. Y'all don't even be calling in. JB be calling in. Miss Glenn calling. Paris calling every now and again. Every blue moon, Paris calling. Wait calls in. The truth, he calling every eclipse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Bama's don't even be. Y'all Bama's don't be in the chat talking about some hang up. Man, come on, man. Stop it. Hey, 7909, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scott? How you doing, my man?
What's up? What's your name? Where you call from?
David, Rhode Island.
All right, talk to me.
A&T. So, this whole thing with Dion's comments, man, I think, in my opinion, if he gets the opportunity to make the move, he's going to make the move.
Mm-hmm.
And just, that's how I feel about that situation. I don't think the entire SWAC as a collective is going to be realistic. I think maybe 3 or 4 teams in the HBC realm will probably be able to pull it off if there's that opportunity. But I think Dion's not going to wait. I think if Dion gets the opportunity, he's going to send Jackson State. And I think that's when the tough decisions are going to have to be had. And there's going to be a battle between the alumni base and the administration and Dion, because it'll be tough to not take the invite. But at the same time, we got to figure out what FBS looks like too.
That's real.
We got to see. Yeah, because being in the Sun Belt might just be like being a top tier FCS program when all this shuffling with all these teams finish up. When the SEC and the Big Ten have 32 teams each. So I think that's where it's going to end up being when it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to that aspect too, because I think those big conferences want to take away the money from those smaller conferences within FBS. So. But I think the big concern is if Jackson State does get the opportunity to make the call to go up there alone, I think the alumni base would be serious if they only get to play like a Southern or Alcorn.
Oh, they'd be hot.
Not both in the same season.
Oh, yeah, they'd be hot.
Yeah, that's my thing. Because you got to have, because I learned today, I guess, you can only play, only one FCS team counts towards the bowl wins. And you got to have a winning record to get to a bowl game. And that's where some of that money is, too. You want to win enough to get to the bowl game. So you gotta have stronger out of conference teams when you're up in that conference and when you're up in the FBS. But that's all I got, man. Keep doing your thing. Congratulations again.
Oh, no problem. Appreciate it, man.
Have a good night.
You too, man. Listen, you can't when you make that when Dion decide, because you know LJ Lowe, he probably left because I don't see him in the chat no more. But when LJ Lowe is all talking about Deion's gonna take us to here, and then you got Preston Banks talking about God sent him. Listen, you bump all that shit you talking. HBCU fans want to play HBCU schools, and you jump your ass to them white schools if you want to, and you only get to play one black school, maybe two, but you really can't play them because they FCS. Listen, you're gonna be looking stupid. You're going to be looking stupid. Your fans going to be mad. And that's why I keep telling people, if you just make stuff better where you're at, okay? You make things better where you're at. Grow your brand where it's at. You're not even being the most fruitful in the FCS. You leaving money on the table in the FCS. And you think it's going to get better because you jump into the FBS? What are you talking about? You're leaving millions of dollars on the table currently, but you still gonna make the jump. That don't even make sense, man. That doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna go 9762-8945, and Coach Green, you're gonna be last. You'll shut it down for the night. Hey, caller, you loud, talk to me.
What's going on, Scotty? This is Gabriel from Memphis. How you doing tonight,
What's
brother?
up, G? Talk to me.
All right. I've been, listening to everybody and everything. Okay, now, first of all, like when Deion was first hired through Jackson State, it was in his contract. If you get to a higher plateau, make more money and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Now, I get your point, about making them good where they at. Okay, now, the thing of it is this right here. So, like I said, you wanna get your facilities better. You want to up your money. You want to get your boys to the NFL. Am I right? That's the whole plan, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're making a jump to FBS, that would be the plan.
Well, at least I think that's his plan, because he's trying to get the exposure. So, like you said, how do you go about doing that? Now, don't get me wrong. What's the boy name from the 49ers? The quarterback, what's his name? Trey Lance.
Trey, yeah, Lance something. Trey Lance. Yeah.
Did he go to South Dakota State?
North Dakota State.
Right. So I mean, yeah, I guess there are ways that you could do it. You could be FCS and still make it. Like, so my question to you, how do you go about doing it by staying where you at?
Okay, appreciate the call, G. My thing is this. The question is what does he get the likes up? Come on, man, get the likes up, man. We're gonna be wrapping this up pretty quickly. I'm taking the last two callers, David and Coach Graham. Our last two callers. Anybody else? I'm deleting y'all. All right. He asked the question, what does the SWAC need to do to grow the brand? It's very simple. It's really not that hard. You just have to do everything that you're supposed to be doing, which is mediating, like negotiating the right deal. Like, this is what this is what the SWAC is doing, right? It's like a kid that doesn't know, like, it's a kid that doesn't know how to cut up a steak, right? It's not that it's not that you can't afford it. It's not that you don't know what you're asking for or anything like that. You just have to be taught the right way to cut a steak, like to hold the knife, to hold the fork, and to eat your food. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all Bama's got y'all stabbing it and y'all just poking at it and y'all not doing it the right way. If you just simply do it the right way, which means hire people to consult on your contracts, hire a commissioner that knows, or hire somebody for them. How about you cut the commissioner's salary so you could hire somebody to be a consultant for his ass? How about that? Okay. How about you hire a consultant for your media, for the SWAC Digital Network? How about you listen, there are people who are experts in every line of field, every line of field that you need. You can go find somebody who is an expert at it. But every time you get into something and think you know, or I think we can do this, or I think we can do that, and you've been effing it up. You've been effing it up, and I don't know how many times I got to keep showing you Bama's examples after example after example of Bama's effing it up. Southern Heritage Classic contract, effing it up. The SWAC Classic, if you ever think I'm going to let that go down, you are sadly mistaken. UAB is supposed to be playing Jackson State, right? Effing it up. Still don't know if the Southern Heritage Classic is going, the SWAC Classic is still going to be with Southern and Jackson State. Effing it up. The Bayou Classic, how is the managers, how is the event manager making more money than both the institutions? Effing it up. How is the State Fair Classic or whatever it's called, how is that not on TV? Effing it up. There's multiple examples of the schools and institutions, the Bayou Classic not being shopped around. Effing it up. I can show you example after example, and you think moving up in the conference is going to make your listen, come on, guys. It's no different. Think about it. You tell people all the time, just because you get more money does not make you smarter with the money. It doesn't make you smarter because you got a promotion. It doesn't make you smarter. It doesn't. You still got to go learn. So to act like everything gets washed away, like everything's going to be called, oh, everything's perfect now that we moved up to the FBS, you're lying. And if your commissioner, who you think is telling you we're going to move up as a conference, he can't even schedule a game. You're talking about, guys, put your freaking thinking caps on. You're going to take a word of a commissioner who can't even schedule a game correctly for his own conference, but he's going to be able to move the whole conference up to another level. That's like you trusting a girl in your office who can't even send an email. You gonna tell her, you know what? I think you should balance the budget. I think you should move over to accounting and balance the budget. You'll be like, what? The girl she can't even send an email with a signature on it, but you want her to go balance the budget? What are we talking about? Stop it, man. Stop it. 8945 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's up, Scotty, man? Hey, congratulations on your new deal.
Appreciate it.
Proud of you on that, man.
Thank you, sir.
Second of all, let me get a breathe on my inhaler so I won't be damn near lagging with breath over here.
Hey, yeah, they hitting everybody up tonight. They hitting everybody up.
And then third, LJ Lowe, whoever he is, whatever weed he's smoking, I don't want that, man. I do not want it. But yeah, man, like you said, you just got to get our affairs in order, man. Why, instead of just trying to move up to FBS, why don't we dominate the SWAC, and why don't we try to dominate FCS? Why we can get our facilities up to par and make sure that everybody's going to be on the up and up. Then whenever we are dominant as a whole conference, then try to move the whole conference up instead of trying to leave people, instead of moving this school, that school, this school, that school up. It makes no sense. It just do what you try to just do what you try to do. And then again, like you said, hold the commissioner and the people at the SWAC office accountable for all the dumb shit that they have done in the past couple of years with the negotiations of the deals and everything. Hold these school presidents and school athletic directors accountable for, getting these deals out, these dumbass deals out. That's all we have to do, man. But I ain't taking up your time, bro.
Hey, no problem. Hey, no, anytime, David. Appreciate the call, man. Real talk. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, this next section, You already know we're sponsored by. We got a dual sponsorship. It's sponsored by BC Powder and Excedrin. All right, for any of your headaches and any of your medication that you need when you're taking Coach Green calls, please, if you need some, go take some. All right, go to your cabinets, go to your liquor cabinets, go to your medicine cabinets, get whatever you need to prepare yourself for a Coach Green call. All right, coming up next on the call line. Before we get there, get the likes up. Get the likes up. This next call is sponsored by BC Powder and Excedrin. All right, when you're in need of a headache, take Excedrin. What's up, Coach Green? You live?
For starters, get it right. I'm with Tylenol now.
Do they make headache medicine?
Yes, Tylenol makes headache medicine.
I didn't know that. I definitely did not know that. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Get my sponsor right next time.
I got you. My fault. I didn't know you changed over.
Yeah, I changed over, man. I changed over.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to congratulate you on your new deal, man.
Thank you, sir.
And I guess that gonna put you at the SWAC meet today now, since you with them.
Hey, we listen. That is still a very, very touch and go. It's very touch and go at this moment.
Okay, we can't talk about it. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna keep that under wrap. Maybe we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But congratulations, dog.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, big up. You know, me and you may fight all the time. Well, not all the time, but we may fight from time to time. You hang up on me. At least I'm brave enough to call them. Most of these other folks are always comment.
Facts. I'll give you that. I'll always give you credit for that.
So look, this man hangs up on me, and I call right back.
Sure enough, I do.
Some of y'all scared to call. So all y'all that comment got something crazy to say, call in, and then y'all gonna make y'all comment. But if you ain't gonna call in, just shut up.
Keep preaching them. Preach to them.
Just shut up. Cause me and this guy right here, I'm the better looking one out the two of us though.
And this
guy right here.
You didn't took too many Tylenols. You didn't took way too many Tylenols tonight. If you think that, yeah. If you think that.
But anyway though, I'm gonna wait to some of the stuff I want to say. I'm gonna wait till after the NCAA meet and see how everything changed, because we don't know how everything gonna change yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna wait and see on that. Now, as far as the Southern Grambling game, did you get the contract yet?
The Southern and Grambling. I've been at the Bayou Classic contract.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Oh, no. We're doing a 4-year request on Monday. So I probably won't get that until probably like the end of July. Close to the end of July.
Yeah. Right. As of right now, we can't really, because we can't say it's a bad deal until we see it. You can't say it's a bad deal until you see it. So until you see it, it's really not a bad deal yet. Because like you said, once before, they was getting like $1 million something.
Yeah, from State Farm.
NBC. Huh?
Nah, no. They weren't getting $1 million from NBC. They was getting $1 million from State Farm.
I'm just saying, with everything together, we're getting $1 million plus whatever NBC was giving them.
NBC has never given them money. They have been paying $1 million to be on NBC.
No, I'll put it like this then. They pay that part, but they get to sell they get the money back from the advertising.
If that's what they told you
back from the advertising.
If that's what they told you, okay.
No, that's what it is. They sell out. They sell their advertising. It was in there when you read it.
Oh, okay. If like I said, if that's what I know I didn't say that, but okay, go ahead.
Well, if you didn't, I know that's what it is. It's Dr. Cavill mentioned that part about that. They sell whatever they paid. They also, when they sell their advertisement, they got money back. They got money from that, from the advertisement that they sell, and they do have hella people that want to advertise and have commercials shown during the Bayou Classic. So they get a kickback from that.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait and see what they get from that. Now, as far as
moving up to FBS. The round table, when Blue had his round table, that's the thing that I agree with. You can't do it individually. It got to be as a collective. You know, just like Texas, Oklahoma went to SEC, they went together. So it got to be a collective to even make that jump, to make it even, to make it successful. It got to be together.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. It got to be together to make a successful jump. Because if you do it individually, you're taking chances and it might not work out when you got a better chance to do it together because of the pageantry, that everything you be talking about that the HBCU, that the SWAC offers, from the pageantry, the rivalry games, because you can't, it won't be good without playing Southern, without playing Alcorn, without playing Grambling. Because Southern, you know, if Southern gonna also need Grambling. Jackson gonna need Alcorn and Southern, especially Southern. Grambling gonna need Southern.
But okay, hold on. Okay, we all know that. You're not saying something that we don't already understand. We all understand that HBCUs like to play other HBCUs. The whole issue is this: if Dion feels that the other schools are not going to participate in jumping, he is not going to wait for them. He won't. Now, like somebody called in early and said, that's when you're gonna have the fight with the alumni and the administration, and even, you know, in Dion's, you know, camp, to be like, what are we doing? Are we doing tradition, or we trying to get this money? But at the same time, in the HBCU realm, tradition makes money. It just that you don't capitalize on the full aspect of what you can earn. But you make money off your tradition. It's just not to the level of, you know, where you would like it to be and what you would like it to fund. But we all understand, you know, that HBCUs like to play other HBCUs. That's why I say, like, if you go to a white conference, that's not going to do no HBCU any justice, because they don't like playing white people. It's just, it is what it is. They don't like what it comes with playing PWIs. But so what's your main point right now, Coach Green?
I'm just saying they just, to make it work, they all got to be together. That's my point. They got to be together, because I don't see with individually how it's gonna work, and I don't think they're gonna be just one if they do it.
We shall see.
I don't think
like I said, I'll tell you this right now. I would bet every dollar that I had I couldn't trust the commissioner to pull the deal off that he moves up the whole SWAC. That ain't never happening. I don't. You couldn't listen.
Why you don't believe? Because
he can't even schedule a game correctly. But you think you're gonna move the whole SWAC conference up? But you can't even schedule the game a game correctly. Come on, man.
You keep on putting that all on him.
How is it not? How is it not? They gave him
come to him about that idea.
Sir. Let me say this. Nobody else. He went on HBCU game day. He went on Dr. Cavill bragging about the game that they got together and the money that could be possibly made by playing the game and all the things on that. He did that. No, Jackson State did. Dion didn't talk about the game. UAPB didn't talk about the game. Southern didn't talk about. Nobody else talked about the game but the commissioner, and bragging about how, yeah, they got the possibility to make $5 million and we're doing this for the team. And that jank went to kaput, and nobody talks about it. No, everybody want to act like the redheaded stepchild. Go ahead, Coach Berry.
Hold up. It's still, because after this year, Southern moves off, so that game
why didn't if you were so confident and jumped on everybody's platform, tell me why didn't he make a press conference talking about why the UAPB game and Jack State game didn't happen? Talk about that. Don't act like it didn't happen. What are we doing?
Hold up. All right, for starters, did anybody ask him that? You may if you ever get in front of him, you might ask him that. But have anybody actually asked them that? Because the only way you can answer that if somebody come to you and be like, hey,
So what happened? Right? Because if I don't have to, if you don't come to me and ask me the question, because I took MassCon. If you don't ask me the questions, I'm not necessarily going to answer it.
Nobody had to ask him. Hold up. Nobody had to ask him to jump on different platforms. Nobody had to ask him to jump on 2 different platforms to talk about it. But now we got to ask him.
Do it. But hold up. People do it all the time. Jump on platforms and say something. But if nobody questioned them about it, because we saw a lot of people that jumps on their platform don't get questioned about the mistake they made, they just gloss over it. So it happens if nobody asks that question. You might be the only one that's gonna ask it.
Listen,
so
let me say this, and it's not to you, Coach Graham. I'm just saying in general. Anybody watching my stream that's gonna be at SWAC Media Day, how about you have the cojones to ask the light-skinned commissioner what he feels about UAPB and why the SWAC Classic has not gone down, would not be going down this year. Anybody at SWAC Media Day that has the cojones to ask that question. But go ahead, Coach Green.
But I'm gonna say this though. The man has, even though you just like what he did with that, the other moves he made have been good to the SWAC.
Like what?
Because when he took the job in 2018, the SWAC was in bad shape. And there wasn't no payouts. Now he's at the payout part, because everything takes time. Everything takes time. So let's see, and look where he's at now. He's on a committee for basketball. They ain't never had one of us on their committee like that.
I don't
from
care.
A HBCU conference.
Listen, I don't care. Because
listen.
I don't listen. Like the girl off of the girls off of Remember Titans, Carol. I don't care. I don't care.
Listen, hold on. Wait. You sitting there saying don't care, but you gotta listen. That's one move. FCS commissioners from other conferences, the PWI conferences, at our Celebration Bowl. So he's making some types of moves. So let's see what the moves gonna be before
does that bring in money? Him being that builds his brand. That does not see people get shit confused out here. That does not build the SWAC's brand because your commissioner is on the NCAA committee. That don't mean shit for the SWAC. Oh wow, you get an extra vote. Whoop-de-doo. That don't bring no money. You're broke. Stop playing with me. Other commissioners are coming to the Celebration Bowl. That don't bring no money. What are we talking about?
Hold up. You getting to meet all these certain people eventually brings money. That's what you got to look at. Every move you make, you got to be street with it. And everything, all that comes.
Sir, you telling me that, let me say this.
It comes eventually.
Listen, I'm not saying it needs to be instantaneous, but if you're building connections, you've been building, it was 2022, so let's take the COVID year out. You've been building connections for 3 years. You telling me there's not a guy in your wheelhouse that can tell you how to schedule a game? There's not people in your wheelhouse to tell you how to market your stuff? Are you telling me there's nobody in your circle that can tell you how to build your SWAC digital network? There's nobody to tell you that. And you've been doing this for 3 years. First of all, you're supposed to get the job to tell people. When you get a job, people ask you, what are you going to do when you get in? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do. And I'm not saying he hasn't done anything. That I don't want that to come across like you haven't done anything. I'm not saying that because if he was in the red, now you're in the black. But let's not act like he's like Jesus Christ, because he's not. Okay.
Wait. Now you get to the point where I ain't never say that. I ain't gonna never say. That's one thing ain't gonna never come out of my mouth. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody messes up from time to time when you're trying to make deals. Everybody messes up, but it's about what you do after you mess up. Because you may mess up once, you may mess up twice, you may mess up 3 times, but what you do every time you mess up, what do you do after that?
If you still making the same mistake, that's a problem, okay? Listen, I don't give a damn how many times you mess up. If it's the same mistake, that's a problem. Okay, the first time is a mistake. The second time is like, the third time is it's a pattern. Okay, let's not act like you can just keep messing up and doing stuff.
You overthinking that.
I'm
man.
not overthinking nothing. If you keep messing up, no, sirree. If you're gonna mess up, listen, hold up, swole up, like my dad would say, hold up, swole up. Listen, if you're going to mess up with something trying to be innovative, right? And people are like, oh, the SWAC Classic was innovative. It couldn't have been too innovative if you schedule it on the same damn day that the Southern Heritage Classic was going on. That's not innovative. You're the SWAC commissioner. Why would you not make sure that them guys are completely out of their contract before you go schedule that game? That's just common sense. I'm not a SWAC commissioner, and I knew that. Come on, man. But hey, Coach Greg, I gotta let you go, man. It's getting late. All right, appreciate the call. Hey Dan, I'm gonna let you shut it down. What's good?
What up, Scotty, man? You kind of contradicted yourself.
Talk to me.
Well, first of all, you're blaming it. There's nothing wrong with the SWAC Classic contract. There's nothing wrong with SWAC Classic at all. All this is a Jackson State problem that you're trying to put on the commission. And that's not fair.
Time out. How do you schedule a game and you know that team is in a agreement with another team? Make that make sense.
First of all, he can have the game scheduled and all of that, but it's Jackson State's duty to get up out of the game. You're contradicting yourself because you did a whole show on how, and I'm kind of drunk too, but you did a whole show on how Jackson State wouldn't get out of the Southern Heritage Classic and all of this and the contract and all of that. That's a Jackson State problem. That's not a SWAC commissioner problem.
It is a SWAC commissioner.
No, it's not.
Yes,
the SWAC Classic is okay.
Sir.
It's a Jackson State problem that's not okay.
No, sir. Jackson State is still good. See, Dan, that Alabama State education is not coming into handy too soon. Listen, the SWAC Classic problem is this. You set it up to where UAPB was left out to dry. You know why that's a SWAC problem? Because the SWAC guaranteed them a game. Right? So you're giving UAPB a problem. Jackson State had it 2-way go. It's not Jackson State problem. They had a game at Southern Heritage Classic. If they didn't, they was going to be in the SWAC Classic. They were good. You left UAPB out to dry because you thought you had a game, which you did not.
And who couldn't get out of their contract, who thought they could get out of their contract?
Come on, Dan. Are you serious right now? So
once again, who couldn't get out of their contract? Who thought they could get out of their contract?
Dan, once again.
Whose coach went on national media talking about how they were going to be out and they're going to be playing a whole different game?
Dan.
Once again, this is a Jackson State problem.
Sir.
You're trying to throw it in the lap of the commissioner.
No, it is.
That's not fair.
No, it's y'all politicking, trying to protect the commissioners always with the SWAC people try to do. They always try to huddle around them, protect our light-skinned guy, protect our Curry. No, that's what you're trying to do.
It's not about protecting him, though, because, he's been doing what he needed to be doing. Because once again,
hold him accountable.
It's a lot of sidewalk fans who, just not getting here and all of that. Don't know how the SWAC was before. And then a lot of y'all are trying to.
That's cool.
When it comes to these contracts, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
When it comes to a lot of these contracts, you're trying to use today's SWAC with contracts that have already been put there.
A bad contract
you're trying to use
a bad contract.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So what are you talking about?
But at the same time, you're trying to use today's value on yesterday's SWAC.
Listen, I'm giving you what people are giving to me. All I hear constantly on my phone call is this. Oh, Scotty, we're this. Our brand is this. Our brand is that. We've been here. We've been doing this. So negotiate it like that. If you feel that strongly, if you feel that boldly about your brand, negotiate it as such. Don't hit me with
But isn't that the whole point of the whole SWAC Classic? Getting more money?
Negative, because you're flipping the points. I'm hitting you on your back point.
You said negotiate that way. The whole point of the SWAC Classic is they negotiated that way. The teams are getting way more money. The cities that are buying in are offering more money. And then listen,
Dan, I'm super sober right now, homie. You're not gonna win this argument. You said, Scotty.
It's not about about winning the argument. You sitting here saying things that are trying to put things in people's laps that are just not correct.
That's a negative, sir. You asked me, Scotty, why are people you're trying to negotiate contracts as in the right, like in the daytime of now? That's not true. I'm giving to you what people have been giving to me about HBCU football, talking about how we're this brand and we're that brand and we're this, and other conferences don't have our brand. If you feel that way,
when it comes to the FCS level, that's correct.
Okay, then. So if that's the way you feel, negotiate your value as such. You're the that's funny how everybody can have a tolerance on your brand, and then you negotiate it as I guess pennies on the dollar. Make that make sense to me, Dan. That shit don't make sense to me. If you feel you're the brand, if you feel you're that big, negotiate it as such. That's like the SEC saying we're the best in football, and then they're like, you know what, we'll just take $5 million a year. You be like, yo, if you think you're the best, why are you only taking $5 million? That's what my issue with you is, Dan. If you guys felt you've been the best since the 90s, 2000, and all this shit that you keep, all these HBCU fans keep talking about, then negotiate it. Why are you in whack-ass contracts? Why can't you make more than $1 million in a classic? Why don't you have a SWAC digital network up? Why is your TV rights trash? It's because you can't negotiate for shit, and all the commissioners and all the HBCU fans ain't holding the Bamas accountable for none of the dumb shit they be doing. That's the issue.
I mean, that was cute now. But when it comes to the TV contract, the contract that we're currently under is actually setting up for the next contract. If you'd have saw him on previous interviews, you'd have saw him say that. And what is all the other stuff he was saying?
Scott, listen, Dan. Let me ask you this. What, in your personal, I asked this question before in the show. What is your value on the SWAC? If you were CBS, if you were Amazon, if you were Apple TV, what would you pay for exclusive sports rights, everything across the board? What would you pay for it?
That depends, because the way these Power Fives are, they're going to take over all the networks anyway. When everybody was talking about, Dion got us on TV and yada, yada, yada.
That's not the question.
Yes, that was spring football. But hold on.
Answer the question.
But when SEC, when their contract kicks in on ESPN, that's all you're going to see on there. They're going to take over all the channels. They're going to take all these big Power 5 schools are going to take over the channels.
You keep making excuses. You said you got a big brand, FCS big brand, and negotiators as such. What value do you place on your football?
And as I stated, it depends, because also a lot of these networks want the bigger games on a Thursday. Nobody want to play on those Thursday games. This has always been when the SWAC were playing those Thursday games. Nobody wanted to. Even the commissioner said that they want Jackson State and Southern to play on a Thursday. That's not going to happen. They want Alabama A&M and Alabama State to play on a Thursday. That's not going to happen. They're not going to do all of that. Like I said, it depends.
You're not answering the question. You're not answering. If your brand is that big, it shouldn't matter if you play on a Thursday. Why should it matter if you play on a Thursday? Your brand is that big.
Because
why?
Because you're trying to satisfy your fans and alumni.
Oh, but they should come.
People who come out of town.
They should be watching. Your brand is that big, correct?
Man, you know people can't take off work like that.
Oh my God! Now we can't take off work. Oh, now we can't watch the game on television. So nobody got televisions at the house. Nobody got televisions on Thursday.
Yeah, people have television, but at the same time, people want those on-campus games. Nobody wants to look at Jackson State and Southern on the Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Grambling and Jackson State on Thursday. Nobody's gonna do that.
No, nobody. So your brand ain't that big then.
Yeah, because that's going to hurt your season tickets.
Okay.
Man, hell no.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you telling me? So I'm just asking a question for the people in the back. So you're telling me if an SEC team played on Thursday, they wouldn't have no views? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, but that's a whole different situation. But as you see, they don't play on the Thursday like they used to.
Whole different situation.
They don't play those weekday games not like they used to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, they don't. When you look on those Thursday games, it's mostly ACC.
What about the NFL? NFL plays on Thursdays.
No, that's a false equivalent. No.
That's not
false equivalent.
Oh, false equivalent.
False equivalent.
So your brand's not.
Yeah, because all
brand's not there.
Yeah, that's a false equivalent.
Okay. So once again, answer my question. What's the value on the SWAC?
It's the highest in FCS. Yes.
That's not
because if it's not, name me another conference that has a bigger brand or bigger value than SWAC.
The Valley Conference.
And don't
Missouri
say the
Valley.
Big Sky because
the
with Ohio Valley. So I want you to go on there, get all of their television and all of that, put it against the SWAC, and we'll see what's what.
Answer my question, Dan. My question is, how much do you?
You asked what's the value, and I told you on the FCS it's top level.
What? Give me a number, Alabama State. Is that? I mean, am I speaking Japanese? Am I speaking Chinese? I don't understand that. I know they teach you communications at Alabama State. Give me a value on what you would place on SWAC sports.
Wasn't a communication major, but it's like I said, on the FC level, it is the highest you can get. And for a specific number, nobody can give that.
Once again, this is the stuff I got to deal with, right? This is the answer. It's a hypothetical question anyway. There's no right or wrong answer to the question. Why are you so scared? It's no right or wrong answer. It's just your opinion. I'm like, if you feel your brand is that big, explain to me what you think the value of the conference is. It's not a right or wrong question. It's a hypothetical. Hey, if you're CBS, hey, if you're Amazon, hey, if you're ESPN, what would you pay? What would you pay for the SWAC if it's a brand? That's it. If you think it's so big, that's the stuff that be killing me with HBCU fans trying to protect the commissioner, right? It's because why am I trying to protect something that you're in the position of having? Like, your job, that is your job, is to do right by your conference. I'm not saying everything he's done is wrong. That would be me being facetious. That would me be that's me being a hater if I say, oh, the commissioner has never done anything right. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie. I can't do that. I don't do that. What I'm saying is hold the man accountable to his job. He went on a platform. And said, oh, they came to me to schedule the game. So I did my due diligence and I went to go schedule a game. Well, in you scheduling the game, sir, you left UAPB out to dry. That's why they got this crazy ass game. I think they play like a NAIA school for their like second game or whatever, which was supposed to be Jackson State, which they were supposed to be getting $1 or $2 million. You think they're getting any type of money from that game now? Absolutely not, because the SWAC office dropped the freaking ball. I can hold you accountable for that. People would say, congratulations to Dr. McClellan for being the committee member. That don't have shit to do with the SWAC resume. He can't walk into Amazon and say, hey, you should give us an extra $3 million because I am on the NCAA committee. That don't got shit to do with the SWAC. That is his resume builder. That's a bullet on his resume when he wants to leave and go get a better job. So why are y'all? That ain't shit to brag about. Oh, he's on the committee now. It's still like probably 60 other white men who don't give a damn about a Dr. Charles McClellan. Whoop-de-doo. Hold the commissioner to why the SWAC Digital Network ain't got shit on it. Don't got a damn thing. It don't got. I don't even think them Bama's got 1,000 subscribers. I don't even think them Bama's got 1,000 subscribers. But you got Bama's out here. I'm not about to go there. It's too late. It's too late. All I'm saying is this, man. Whew, Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm always for the smoke. It just is what it is, right? And this is the thing, and I'm going to end it with this. And like I said, love Dr. Cavill to death, right? Love Dr. Cavill to death. He's a real guy. Real nigga. I hate to say that word. He's a real dude, right? Show me where I want to show me subsets, lubsets, the multiple. Show me in any subset where the commissioner has full authority to negotiate media contracts. Because if that's the case, it is the worst contract in FCS, because other FBS programs that are bigger than the SWAC do not do that shit. Don't do that. They have to get approval How do you think USC and UCLA got into the Big Ten? Off a vote, a presidential vote. Hey, oh man, let's let them in. Yeah, okay, we cool with that. Let's let them in. Everything they do comes off a presidential vote. Everything in the listen very close. Linda, listen very closely. Every major any major sport, 9 times out of 10, the commissioner always works for the owners. The commissioner always works for the owners. It's the same setup in all of sports. The commissioner is not the all-saying person for any one major sport. So, how in the hell that Dr. Charles McClellan gets all the power to negotiate a media deal, which he has no credentials to do, other than being, once again, other than being a commissioner? He has no credentials, no background in doing any media deals. But all of a sudden, he's supposed to be the know all, see all, be all. Oh yeah, come on, man, y'all. We gotta be smarter than this, man. We got to be smarter than this. That is not true. That is not true. Stop. Listen. Go read the SWAC bylaws. Every school has the independent right to their own content. Every school has its independent right to own its own content. That's why they're allowed to put, if Valley was not able to do that, they wouldn't be able to put their stuff on YouTube, a national platform. Streaming your game on YouTube and streaming your game on ESPN is the exact same thing. Dumbasses. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty? It's FBS Ken. Kenny, you know what I gotta say, man.
What's
you
up?
know exactly what I gotta say.
What's up?
Bro, everything you're saying is absolutely facts when it comes to Dr. Charles McClellan. And I've been complaining about this for a couple of years now. And I've been saying for a while, this guy, he's using the SWAC to build his platform in terms of his mobility, his upward mobility in the NCAA. You know, he just got that gig to where now he's pretty much like the lead of the committee in terms of the NCAA tournament for basketball. And so he's making moves in that arena. But in terms of what he's doing as a SWAC commissioner, he's killing the SWAC. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of the money that's supposed to be made, a lot of that's going to the SWAC. And you're basically saying, okay, why are people like Jackson State looking to get out? I mean, they're looking to get out because they're not making much money. They're not making that much money in a SWAC deal. And then on top of that, the media deal is horrible. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible even by FCS standards. And then you're talking about a team that's, you know, or not just Jackson State's number of different teams looking to get out. From basically what I've been told, it's Grambling, it's Southern, it's Jackson State, it's Tennessee State, which is not in the SWAC, and it's also FAMU. So we're talking about 4 teams in the SWAC are looking to get out of the SWAC. And this is what's been going on for a little bit of a while now. And this is not because of this is not because of Deion Sanders hiring or Hugh Jackson hiring or even Eric Dooley going to Southern. This is something that ADs and the administration has been planning at exit. They already did a feasibility report. About 4 years ago, they did a FBS feasibility report. They've been looking to make the move. They're just waiting for the next wave of teams to, you know, because right now we still haven't hit the second wave of the realignment in you know, the FBS. But they're just waiting for the second wave, and they're hoping to get an invite from the Conference USA. So we're talking about like this. Things are. I'm telling you, the SWAC is going to be dead. The SWAC is going to die. And to be frankly honest with you, it actually was ran more poorly than the MEAC. The MEAC actually did a decent job of running their conference. The problem with the MEAC is the teams were valuable to teams to better conferences, and that's how they lost. They lost their teams to better conferences. I mean, flat out, they lost Hampton to a better conference. They lost North Carolina A&T to a better conference. What the SWAC had is the SWAC always had that we're a bottom feeder. Nobody really wants our teams. Nobody really likes us. We just hard. HBCU plays football. That's what they always benefited from. But the problem is now with Dion and all those guys coming in, now you're starting to get national media. You're starting to get pub. 24/7 Sports is talking about you. People have credit. You have credibility now. But guess what? Just because that team has credibility doesn't mean your conference has credibility. And I think the SWAC has looked at their success as those teams' success as their success, when in reality, their success is actually your demise. And that's all I got to say.
Hey, no problem, man. Appreciate the call. Listen, this is, oh my God. This is the stuff that be killing me, man. This is y'all just be out here saying some of the dumbest shit, like for real, like the dumbest stuff. McClellan being a part of a committee. Listen, it's something that BJ Jones said, and I love my man BJ. He said TV contracts are not giving out in a charity case. TV contracts are not given out as charity cases. That's not how it works. You are a 503 nonprofit. You get donation money. If it's not a TV media contract deal, most times you don't even get no real money. You don't get any real money. If you go look at a University of Alabama's tax return, most of the money comes from TV contracts. Then you have student fees, you have private donors and donations and things like that, right? Alumni base and all that type of stuff. The majority of what these schools, listen, UCLA had $100 million debt, went to the Big Ten and got it wiped out because of $100 million deal they were going to get from the Big Ten. So you thinking that he rubbing elbows with a committee member is going to help money coming to the SWAC, you're absolutely out of your cotton picking mind. That is not going to help you get a major TV deal. That isn't. I don't care what. Listen, man, you could know the head guy at Amazon, right? He could be on the committee. Oh, my boy is the head guy at Amazon. He'll talk to you. You still have to go prove your worth. You still got to prove your worth with data, with numbers to say, hey, why should you get all this money? You still have to make a proposal to say, hey, why I need all this money. So you just thinking, oh, he's going to, y'all niggas is bugging, man. Hey, caller, you live, talk to me.
Hey, we still talking about this media stuff?
Dog, man, they be killing me, bro. They be killing me.
You done laid it all out. You done showed the receipt. Well, matter of fact, I want one person in the chat to show me any news article that says Grambling has been sued for breach of contract. Either from, show just one. Now, you can say it can be from ESPN or anybody. That's all I want to see, because I'm really tired of this. And I feel like a lot of it is because y'all don't like who's on staff at the school, and that's fine. But my only point, and I've always said this, stop listening to people that are keeping y'all broke. Go out there and negotiate your own stuff, because Prime doing.
Facts.
Go out there and negotiate your own stuff and stop listening to these people who have agendas that are keeping our universities broke. And that's all I wanted to say. If you can't, y'all know where I'm at on Twitter. If you can't find no receipts that show Grambling is getting sued or anything like that, you need to be on the phone with your leader to say, hey, I need to figure out how I can get some money for these games that ESPN is not showing. And stop worrying about what somebody else is doing. Go get your own bag. Because that $62,500 paid every year, That's not helping our universities grow. It's not even covering traveling costs for our athletics program. But y'all so busy and caught up because Grambling is the one who decided to do something different, that y'all can't see the forest for the trees, and you're missing out, like you said earlier, Scotty, on millions of dollars getting paid for your content. Even if you don't want to put your sports stuff on a streaming platform, what about your band and your student activity? Yes, y'all need to start thinking and stop listening to people on YouTube that have, like Scotty said, have no background media and can't even put a digital network together. But y'all think we out here finna negotiate multi-million-dollar TV contracts. Y'all need to start thinking.
Appreciate it, y'all talk. You know, y'all know where to find my girl. Y'all talk on Twitter. Stop playing with her. Stop playing with her. All right, listen, let me say this. I'm going to get to Dre. Dre, you going to shut it down. Coach Green, you had your chance. All right, listen. This is my thing, bro. Y'all got to see the forest from the trees, right? You got to see the forest from the trees. I just want you guys to just listen. I know I got 278 people. I know, I'm sorry, we've been 3 hours long and it's late. But I really want y'all to, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be anything. Let's get this straight. So schools can negotiate their own sponsorships, right? Listen. Schools can run their own sponsorships. That's how, Dion got Walmart, Pepsi, all that individually. Remember, under all that stuff is individual. Walmart, it's Jackson State specific. Okay. Alcorn didn't get Walmart. Valley didn't get Walmart. Southern didn't get none of them Bamas got. Jackson State got Walmart, Pepsi, and all them Bamas. All right. Individually. You can individually as a school do your own uniforms. That's why Bethune got Nike. Jackson State got Under Armour. Alcorn got Adidas, so forth. You can do that individually. Right? You can do all that individually. And you're telling me that a school's intellectual property, if you do not know what intellectual property means, go look it up. You're telling me a school's intellectual property is not associated with the school, that the SWAC owns it, that they can do whatever they please with it? You're bugging. You're bugging. You're absolutely bugging. If you don't think that a school has full autonomy over its intellectual property, you are absolutely bugging. You're tripping if you don't believe that. Hey, Dre, you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you live, Dre.
Man, I heard you talking about the ADs and all that. I think we just got a bunch of unqualified ADs. You look at the AD at Tennessee State. He's getting $1 million. He negotiated, him and Eddie George negotiated $1 million to play Notre Dame. $1 million. And Tennessee and Indiana is right up the street. Like, the average, a lot of HBCUs play money games. We know they're not getting $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, we know that, like, that has to be negotiated. And I think most of these ADs, once they just don't have the experience in negotiating. They, we just got to do better of putting people in leadership and stop. You got to cast a wider net outside of the alumni circle.
Facts.
And when you do that, you get somebody who's impartial. You get somebody who is thinking the money first. And once again, I believe that when you have a new set of eyes, they always tell you in college that you always get somebody else to proofread your paper because you may not see your mistakes. When you get somebody else who isn't tied to the school, doesn't have a connection to the school per se, that they isn't bound by, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm whatever, they get to make a real decision. Unearthed, unperturbed, unbiased, and everything. So I think most of I still don't like the fact that whatever somebody brings in, you got to get a SWAC 40%.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got, but they got to change that. That right there alone is worth me getting out of the SWAC conference. That right there alone, because you got some of these ADs who definitely ain't trying to do no work.
But think about it, Dre, think about this though. Why would that be in place if the SWAC controlled everything? That would tell me you were able to go get your own stuff, and then you just got to break the SWAC off. But if you own everything, why would? Okay, I'm done.
I ain't trying 40%. I break you off 25%, but I'm break you off. That right there is to me is enough ground, because if I got an AD that's hustling, trying to do everything, and I still got to give somebody else 40% because they incompetent. But I believe as HBCUs, we just got to do better. And I always say it comes down to leadership. It comes from the president to the AD. And there's just not enough good ones. You got presidents that are just inept. And because you got presidents that are inept, you got inept ADs because they making wrong decisions. So I just hope that gets better.
All right, man. Me too, man. Appreciate the call as always, Dre.
Appreciate it.
All right, I'm closing the call lines down because I'm gonna leave them open just in case. Hey, listen. So I've talked to the guy who made the deal. Listen to me very carefully, Phil. I have spoken to the guy who did this deal for the SWAC and the MEAC. For the SWAC and the MEAC, right? He said it had to be approved by all the presidents. All the presidents had to be on board to make the deal go through. So it's no different in the SWAC, and just as much as the SWAC had to agree, everybody had to agree to make Russell the uniform. Once they broke apart, that's why they let everybody do their own thing. Hey man, go back to doing your own thing. Do whatever deal you can get. Do whatever deal you can get. So my thing is this. Stop act like y'all. Listen, man, there's some things like I'm not a big conspiracy theorist guy. All right. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist guy. I'm more like, hey, what you see is what you get type stuff. But I just want you guys to stop thinking that like you got to stop looking at the SWAC as a church, right? And look at it as a corporation. I'm going to say that again because a lot of people probably missed that. For the 283 people on here, make sure you like the stream. Stop looking at the SWAC like a church, right? To where the commissioner is the pastor, Andrew, and all them boys are the deacon board. Stop looking at them Bamas like that because they have a sense of airness about them, right? They have don't talk bad about our pastor. Don't talk bad about our deacon board. Stop looking at them like that. They are a corporation. All right. And how would you feel if Amazon kept losing your packages? How would you feel if Apple kept effing up your phone? How would you feel if Walmart kept messing up stuff? Okay. You would hold them. Hey, I'm writing a review. I'm doing something. You have to hold Bamas accountable. It should have been mad backlash for what the SWAC did to UAPB. Should have been mad backlash. But nobody cares about it. Because let me tell you this. Let me say this very clearly. If I need all 276 people in here. I don't give a damn if you're watching me on your TVs or whatever. I need you to put in the chat a yes or no. If one of the blue bloods had been done the way UAPB was done in the SWAC Classic, there would have been a bigger backlash. There's nothing you could. If Southern got done that way, if Grambling would have got done that way, if Jackson State would have got done that way, if Alcorn would have got done that way, it would have been all hell breaking loose on the SWAC by the alumni and the fans. They just got lucky that it was UAPB. They would have just got lucky that it was UAPB that got done up like that. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that nobody rides UAPB, same thing with Valley. It's Valley. But if any of the top program, if FAMU would have got done like that, Alabama A&M, if they would have got done, even Alabama State, if Alabama State would have got done like that, to where you had a game, you were promised a payday, then you got dropped, and you had to pick up some no-name school to replace that game. Come on, man. Stop. Y'all, man. Y'all. My eyes are, listen, I call a spade a spade. I don't give a damn if it's Dion. I don't give a damn if it's Coach Maynard. I don't give a damn if it's Coach McNair. I don't give a damn if it's Coach Hugh Jackson. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Period. That's how I get down. If I'm wrong, I come on here and I tell y'all, hey, man, I effed up. That's on me. I messed up. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm right, oh, you going to hear from the rooftop. Oh, I'm going to shout that mug from the rooftop. I'm going to shout that mug from the rooftop. And I just feel like if you guys are talking about SWAC as a whole, SWAC as a conference, then the other schools should have stood up for UAPB. The other schools should have came to the challenge the commissioner like, yo, what is this? How are we doing our own institutions this way? How did we do our own the same way that an all-black conference is trying to stop me and all-black media from entering the SWAC Media Day is the same way an all-black conference effed over its own school. Man, I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I'm going to take this caller. Hey, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Scotty, what up, Cortez?
What's up, Cortez? Talk to me.
I said I got off work late, but here I'm just not catching the tail end. We talking about the SWAC Classic right now, right?
Yeah, and how well, just a little tab on it, just how the SWAC messed up UAPB.
Man, yeah, I'm glad you said the SWAC. Man, look, that show you did with that my brother's keeper, man, shit. I damn near got fired laughing at that shit. But anyway, I feel like I don't know the ramifications of what it would have been. Like, hey, does it have to be 2 SWAC schools for the SWAC Classic? But if they offer them that money and they gonna rescind the offer, like, it is kind of messed up. But like, shit, I don't even know what's gonna happen in 23 and 24. But if it wasn't just solidified, they're like, yeah, it just is what it is. Like, yeah, like you were saying, like, if it was one of the blue bloods, but like, it's not. It's messed up, but it's not. Like, shit, you ain't just got all this prowess and you ain't got all this attention. So like, yeah, I mean, yeah, if anybody's trying to play you, anybody's trying to play you. Well, on the same side, if this is something that you offered, it's like, you know, damn, that's messed up. Cut my check.
This is my thing. See, the thing with the SWAC Classic is they were supposed to make most of their money off the concessions, the tickets, and like, you know, the schools split the gate. So
nah, Scotty, they say you can have meal. Don't nobody show up.
Oh, you're right. He did say that. You're absolutely right. You damn sure right.
That was
damn sure right.
That was the Neon Dion effect. They said, you know, they banging on him. And so they were going to get another preview with that. And they were going to get another preview with, all right, well, shit, they just going to get Jack State and all they shit. And then they were going to get Jack State and Southern and all they shit for the next 2 years. And I think they, what's the idiom? The eggs in the basket and all that shit? Or the horse for the carriage?
Put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
No, so, you're right. They still should have cut the check. They still should have cut the check to UAPB, $500K. That should have. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They still should have cut that $500K check.
Especially if you promise it to them. And you know what was crazy? It'd be crazy as fuck. They was contenders because that boy Trey.
Hey,
he kicked his ass off. He's gonna be the top scorer motherfucker out there.
Facts, big facts. Hey, Cortez.
But
man.
Go
ahead.
Shit. What the fuck I was gonna say? Damn, I lost it.
Let me ask you a question.
A
quick question, because I know a couple Cortezes. Are you the Cortez that does you do the golfing thing in Jackson State?
Nah, it's a few Cortez. Like
I know. I'm trying to catch up with that Cortez because I'm pretty mad that I didn't get invited to the golfing tournament. So yeah, I thought you was that Cortez, but it's so many Cortezes. I'd be like, man,
Nah, it's a couple of Cortez. There's one Cortez. I'm the Cortez that Oh, you know what? You get smashed as on the night. He still owe me that $100. We ain't solidified. He owe me that $100 from the seven. I'm that Cortez. I'm the Cortez that got the picture of me and my baby up there. And I was like, hey, Scotty, play the petty song. You know my baby like that shit.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Say less. Oh, man. Hey, appreciate the call, though, Cortez.
All
right, man. Appreciate it. All right, TJ, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting the call lines down for real. All right. So I'm about to get up out of here. Guys, listen, I appreciate everything, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all 273 people on here rocking with me. I've gone this long, but never this late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, my time, 12 o'clock, y'all time, 11, whatever. Hey, man, listen. Appreciate what y'all do, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure you like the stream. Okay, make sure you like the stream. I'm gonna have to go back and put some timestamps on this because this is ridiculously long. So I know people ain't gonna be staying around and watch this for 3 hours. But listen, until next time, you know what I'ma do. I'ma holla. God bless.